Fuck it. Let's play some video game. It is time. Let's continue with this video game for one more day before I turn it off in rage because everyone lied to me. Everyone fucking lied to me. Again! Feels good. If nothing else, we've convinced Kyrie to go ahead and buy it and play it herself. Confirmed. Told me last night. We're here in this unbelievably stunning, beautiful fucking area of the world that for some reason no one wants to watch or see in the video game. Is that the thing from Full Metal Alchemist? The dog girl. We must make for Martha's rest. We have Jill with us now? Oh, we did. Where has she gone? Hey, keep up, Jill. They're already in love. Martha. Why did you say that name? It's gonna come to life, isn't it, that?
Don't let them get away! It's over!
5 pinches of magic ash. Oh my god.
You know what to do. Sick of Toggle.
Just a little bit of gardening. Why not? Why not? A touch of gardening. Oh god, there's one left. I thought I killed it. Big horn. You're gonna attack me? Or can I just go and look at you? I think it's not gonna attack me. Are you? Oh, you are attacking me.
Not this time.
I'm doing no damage to it.
Toggle.
TB photo moding this. I mean, she played this, didn't she? Surely she did photo mode it. Does Twitch doesn't pay people based on the viewer count, or am I wrong about that? I mean, not a sentence. No, you don't get paid on the viewer count, but you sort of do because of ads now.
Sick of Toggle.
I'm currently not playing that many ads. I can't tell the difference. Jesus.
Too slow. Get him. Get him, boy.
But if I have no viewers, then I have no subs coming in. If I have no subs coming in, I've got no money. If I've got no viewers, my averages go down, which means I don't make as much money. I don't get the opportunity to... I don't get as much... I don't get any sponsors because my averages look really bad, right? So they just pull your average viewers and shit throughout a month. That's all they care about. They only just see a bunch of numbers. They don't have any idea what I do on this channel. They just see a graph. So it's really annoying because viewers don't directly mean a huge amount. It will affect how much money you make through the amount of ads that they're playing on the channel.
Give them all you've got, boy.
But ads isn't really my main source of income. It's pretty useful. It's a supplementary thing. I mean, if they're gonna run ads on this fucking website every 2 seconds, I might as well at least get my portion of it. It's not a huge amount. It's one of the worst ad systems I've ever seen implemented on any website ever, but... yeah, but viewership ends up... When I have less viewers in the channel, then generally there's less of a pool of people who are willing to part with their cold hard cash and potentially subscribe for being here, you know? Most people, it's almost an honor system, Twitch, right? Most people are in here. It's free to watch this channel. Even the VODs. I don't have the VODs paywalled or anything like that. The channel is free to watch. You'll just get a healthy dose of guilt because I make you feel bad for watching for free. Lol. But most people kind of understand that almost like honor system. It's subscription based. If you're in here every day for 2 months watching it for free, fine. But I think a lot of people are like, I've been watching this for 2 months, I've enjoyed it, whatever, you know. He said some shit about Last of Us 2 that I really enjoyed. He's playing this game that I like. I've been in here for fucking 3-4 hours a day. I'll throw a sub for while I'm here, you know. There's not a huge amount of incentive on this channel because I don't massively incentivize everything. You know, not that often. I'll have an incentive every now and then. Like at the moment we got this one just because I'm absolutely fucking fucked this month. But generally speaking, I'm not too much of an incentive guy. And I think most people just kind of see it like birthday tax. Okay, happy birthday. 21 again. Most people sort of see it like a Netflix subscription, right? You bang out like $5 a month for Netflix and probably watch less hours of Netflix if you're, you know, a regular in here or any Twitch channel, really. I won't go and talk to that guy yet. I'm going to explore a little bit. So, yeah, that tends to be the mentality. So basically, the higher the viewer count, the more people that are in here, the more people are going to be willing to subscribe. So, yeah. But generally speaking, no, view count doesn't do a huge amount. For me, the 3 things that it does affect are really the percentage of ad money I get, because obviously the more people in here, the more people are watching the ads, the more Twitch gets paid for running that ad, and then the more I get. From that percentage. But again, it's pretty pittance. It's not like a huge amount. generally speaking, I'll probably get a spattering of a few more subs here and there. When games are doing really well, when I have more views, I come out of it with more subs almost every time. And I've not really got like an exact...
Not this time. Too slow.
An exact...
Not this time.
Oh, you got me on the last one, you kidding me? An exact calculation for that, it just is the case, and I don't know how to work that one out. But the one for me that I find... is the my averages go down, and once my overall average numbers start dipping, I have no chance of getting any sponsorship. And I like to try and do 1 or 2 sponsors a month. That is like a perfect amount of supplementary income for me. Because I'd rather take money from corporations than from you. They've got loads of money, they get given a fucking crazy budget to spend amongst all these streamers and amongst all these like things. They want their game to be being played everywhere. They don't really care like what I think about it. They don't care how I play it. They just want the directory to just be filled. If everyone on Twitch is playing a game, everyone buys it because, you know, generally people are cheap, including me. I am a sucker for good advertising and peer pressure. And you see everyone playing a game and you're like, oh, it must be brilliant, you know. But I'm sure you've all seen it. If there's a game trending on Twitch, everyone's buying it and everyone's playing it, even if it's shit. And other games that are brilliant will fall to the wayside because, you know, the popular game is the one that everyone is playing. But really what's happening is that a marketing team had a shit ton of money and they paid a bunch of people to play it. All the Twitch streamers and all the YouTubers are just playing it because they were sponsored to play it for 2 hours, and then you end up playing it for longer if you like it, you know, or everyone's playing it. If everyone's playing it, then you're going to play it because that's what being on that type of a Twitch streamer is. Which I'm not generally, but, you know, for the most part is the tried and tested method of being a Twitch streamer, right? This looks like there's going to be a giant enemy crab that comes and gets me while I'm on fucking 2 HP. But yeah, man, the thing that kills me is when my averages are low because they're really hard to get back up. It's like having a fucking credit rating. So that's why I get kind of pissy about viewership. It isn't really much to do with a direct influence on how much money I'm earning that month. It's just that it kind of puts my averages in peril, and then the averages are the thing that gets me sponsors, because it just... The higher your numbers, the more sponsors you get, and also the higher the payout on that sponsor. So a sponsor's going to give you more money if your averages are higher. And it's just really hard to... it's why I don't stream Wild RP as much as I want to as well, because it makes such a horrific dent in my averages. It's why I don't like streaming outside of my hours. If I did a random stream tonight, even if it was the game I was playing and it was a popular game, it would still just be absolutely dire. I cannot stream outside of the hours that I stream. It puts this horrific dent. You understand how an average works as well. If you're getting like... If you get like 200 viewers a stream for 3 weeks, and then you do one stream to like 80 viewers, it fucking cucks that so hard, because that's just how it works. And yeah, it's kind of frustrating. And then there's the probably the last element of it, which is much more personal. It's not like I'm saying views don't affect anything else. Like, views will affect my mood. If I have a day where my views are really low, 2 things happen to me. One, it sort of quietly, subconsciously triggers me out that I'm like, oh, this is it, it's over. I can't do this anymore. I need to go and get a job in McDonald's. You know, that fear kicks in, the dread kicks in, and I start to basically have like a massive worry storm. And I'm like, it's over, it's over. And I go through it minimum twice a month. Every month, and I've been doing this for years, so it's like, you know, I'm still surviving just fucking chill out, shut the fuck up. It's the way it goes. It ebbs and flows, but it's just impossible not to. Sometimes that view counter, a lot of the time I will hide it from the screen. Like a lot of the time I haven't got it hidden at the moment, but quite often I will, because my mood will be directly attached to the number on the screen, and it pisses me off that I can't quite shift that mentality as much as I want to. It's horrific. Just being, just being real-time scored. It feels like real-time scored of how well you're doing at your job, which is just horrendous. But it isn't really what's happening. It's just, there's a lot of factors going into it a lot of the time. But there's that element too. But generally, over the years, I've become a lot less stressed about that part. I don't feel that. I mean, you could ask nicely. You know what I mean? Oi, stop and give me an hand. Let me quickly just check my shit because I was saving up. Aha! Right, I would like to get... I want to get this one. I think this one's going to be better to get right now. A tornado. Because then I can switch that for the one of these that I don't like. This one I don't. I think that one's just getting me fucking obliterated. So we're going to go with this instead. You could have a late night channel like Alice does. So I have... Here is my issue. I have a second channel. And I would love to be streaming Wild RP on it. And I've tried several times to stream to Brad Random. But I don't have... I need like a third OBS, right? Because this one that I stream from is Streamlabs OBS. And that is just directly linked to this Twitch account. Which is also linked... I'm logged in on Chrome. Okay? So Chrome... Streamlabs OBS, Brad Woto channel. Then I have Firefox, and Firefox is logged into Table Story, and Streamlabs OBS is what I stream to Table Story from. So that is linked to that one, and I don't want to. You can put a second. Shut up. You can put a second thing in there, but then you end up doing the thing that PB does every week, where she goes live on her own channel when she's meant to be going live on Table Story, or she goes live on Table Story when she's meant to be going live on her own channel. And that is also death for averages. If you do that every fucking week, Twitch is just going to drop you because they're going to think you're a bot. And they're going to... And you will have done a stream to 2 viewers as far as the averages are concerned, right? So I don't like doing that, because it's going to kill 2 channels at once, my own and Table Story. So, yeah. So what I was going to do was get the old OBS, the original OBS, and I literally can't find it anywhere. And I went to install it, and all it did was it installed and then upgraded itself to OBS Studio, and then just opened OBS Studio on my computer, and I was like, it's so annoying. And I was just going to log in and stream from that one. And then stream, because I could stream Wild to Brad Random really easily and not be stressed about anything, because who gives a fuck. A second PC would work, but I'm not doing that. There is a portable mode for OBS. It keeps all the settings in a separate folder. Yeah, but I'm still going to click, the thing. But for OBS Studio? So yeah, that has been my plan for a little while, just to have a second channel for streaming random things too. And yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's just like literally, yeah, the worst thing ever. Probably a question you might not want to answer, and it's okay if you don't. Just ignore it, which I would love to do. But what's the minimum average that makes you feel comfortable? There isn't really one. It's just like, I just have to hit a certain amount of money a month. It's my rent. It doesn't matter where, I don't care where that money comes from. I don't care if it comes from subs or sponsors or donations, coffees, bits. I don't care. A man on the street gives me money. The numbers game is all over the place for this channel, because they all go everywhere. Some months I get loads of subs, but no fucking sponsors. Some months I get more sponsors and no subs, like this one. And it's just, there's no control of it. Sometimes ads pay loads. If you play ads through Christmas, you're going to make bank. So it's just like, it doesn't matter. Views are just, all I'm trying to do every day is try and hit 200. Because 200 seems to be when I get sponsors. Last month we played Last of Us and I was hitting like good averages, and now I've got 4 sponsors. There's the simple equation and the proof in the pudding, you know? It's mad. The month before that, didn't get good views, no sponsors. It's just crazy. Also, there was an element of January being a fuck show every fucking year. So generally, I'm trying to aim for 200, and if I don't hit 200 at some point in the stream, it's just like, oh, I'm not playing this game anymore. Then, I mean, like, you know, it goes up and down. But sitting on 149 is not good enough. You know, when I know we can easily get to like 180. It's just, but it's kind of, I can feel it out a little bit at this point in my career. I can tell where we should be at what point during the stream. It's usually in about 45 minutes from now, we normally hit the peak, like 4 p.m. and then it will dip a little bit towards 5, and I think that's just because the UK and EU audiences leave work and start going home. See what this guy has to say. Rude.
Here, you couldn't give me an hand, could you?
It will be started from a separate shortcut. Alright, explain that to me in Discord.
Changed. Still, better a crumb of crystal than an empty hand, I suppose. Though it pains me to use another man's branded. Here.
Oh right, you're just a
me,
fucking piece of shit.
I
Slave
need
owner.
your help. These blasted birds must have caught a whiff of my cargo, and now they've got me surrounded. And it was running late as it was. I've got something special needs delivering before the rest, but I dare not leave my cart untended. You couldn't run it up to Martha's Rest for me, could you? Needs to get there quick, mind.
I think you're supposed to hate him, right? He's such an asshole. I mean, I'll do it. He ain't gonna give me anything for it.
Fine.
That's the spirit.
5 hates him.
All right. Here. You hand that to the stable master and no one else. I'm owed a little something for it. If he gives it to you, pass it along to your master by way of thanks. Be off with you then. And don't go taking any detours on the way.
Alright, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. If you speak to me like that, then you're gonna get a fucking knife in the belly. How about that? How about I'm 100% on the Chocobo's side right now. And you deserve this. This is called karma. Karma, 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 chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. Loving will be a day of your love. I would like my dream. Red gold. How does it even go? I don't think I know the words. No, I'm trying to say. Red, gold, and green.
Sick of Toggle. There, boy.
I can use this actually, can't I? Get over here. Get over here.
Sick of Toggle.
Where is it?
Get him.
Oh, leveled up on a little midge. Yeah, it's frustrating, man, because I would, if I think if I was a little bit of a bigger streamer, you know, I mean, views have generally been going down since 2018 for every streamer, and I think that's probably half to do with Twitch just endlessly raping the platform to death with ads and shit like that no one asked for, because they just make no money, right? And partially to do with just like saturation, right? There's just more and more streamers being born every day, and all of them are better than me, so it's just what happens. The same thing was on YouTube. It is what it is. You can try and keep up, but I generally don't. I've been doing the same kind of thing for my whole streaming life. But yeah, if I had a bit more viewership, I only want to make rent. I really am not in this to try and become rich and famous or anything. Like we spoke about the other day, how much. I don't know if you guys believe me. I'm an attention seeker. I'm not saying I'm not anything like that. but I'm not very motivated by money. I'm not very motivated by being famous. There is an element and a strong part of my personality, which for the most part has been quite tempered over the years. It was definitely a stronger part of my personality in like the 2010s, early 2010s. But now I have no interest in being rich and famous. I just want to make rent every month. And if I can make rent and have a little bit of money going into like savings, just sitting in a fucking bank account somewhere, just to take the edge off of my anxiety, to say, you know, just to guarantee, oh, if something goes wrong, I've got a bit of money here to be able to pay for X, Y, Z. That's kind of all I really want. And if I had some more viewers, and I was in a much more, or even a slightly more comfortable position, I wouldn't even care about the views. I really wouldn't. I would just be sitting here playing Final Fantasy games. I'd be playing whatever I wanted. The views could go up and down. If I sat on a more definitive, comfortable average, which was the case like 1 or 2 years ago, maybe. I think I was quite happy streaming for a while there. It wasn't stressing me out, and it wasn't. I didn't have to be. I wasn't as bothered about what game I was playing, and I wasn't stressing about it. And I was generally just sort of enjoying myself and having a really good time. But then this horrible, shitty side comes in, right? This is men. What are you guys doing? Just thieves? The sort of business side of it comes in, and there's just nothing you can do about it. Regardless of who you want to be, you are enslaved somewhat to the system. How it... Oh, I forgot that this is the move I have on. Jesus Christ! See ya! Kill them. I wonder if I can just keep shooting this in as well. I can. Really fuck them up. Oh, wow. Really is a tornado. Damn, that thing was fucking crazy. I thought I was about to do the little shitty move where he's like just scratching them. Unleashed a world-ending fucking SimCity 2000 tornado. Yeah, so like it's just annoying. It's just annoying when I'm in this position and when I'm just sort of like scraping by month to month. I have no choice but to be like, fine, we won't play Final Fantasy 16, we'll play Subnautica. You know, I just don't. It's fucking frustrating, and I think it's super annoying because this is the type of job where it's like, if any job was going to be like, oh, at least I get to play whatever game I want, you'd think it'd be this one. But really, I've almost never got to play whatever games I want. You know, I play the best of the rest. You know, I like to play a lot of my secondary favorite games. But really, my favorite kinds of games are like JRPGs and like sim games and builders. More builders than sim games. But I don't get to play builder games because they never do well, and I don't get to play JRPGs because they look at the views. This is one of the greatest fucking games ever made. It's fucking beautiful. The voice acting is unbelievable. The music is unreal, and it just keeps getting more and more epic. The story is wrapped up in such a way that it's just so engaging, with all of these loads of different characters and places and politics going on as well, which can really confuse and ruin a story. For me, I think The Witcher is a shit story because of that element. I don't think they deliver it that well. And yet no one is interested in watching it. It's just like, it's insane to me. Let alone if I was to play fucking Final Fantasy 4. You know what I mean? Look at, if you ain't watching this one, you ain't watching Final Fantasy 4, so I'm just fucked every way. And I just end up playing other games, and it's fine because there are lots of game types that I enjoy, and even over the years I've really broadened my horizons by being a streamer and being sort of forced to play a lot of different games through variety, through game votes and things. I've grown a much larger scope of appreciation for games. It's really, I actually think I'm an okay reviewer now if I apply myself. I really sort of feel like I understand how to build a game a bit better. It's a very layman's way. It's not really the same way I might understand something like a movie or a TV show or something like that. I'm a bit more experienced in. But I still feel like by playing lots of different games, it has broadened my horizon of knowledge when it comes to this kind of stuff. And I thought I was a bit of a gamer before, but now I feel a lot more objectively able to sort of understand what's going on. But I've almost never really been able to play any games that I want to play, right? I'm not saying it's never happened. You know, we've played through Final Fantasy 7 and shit, but yeah, it's I've done it again. Overkill. Absolute overkill.
You know what to do, boy. Get him, boy. Over here.
But yeah, I end up playing a lot more sort of like action-based games, you know, things like Tomb Raider and that do well. Those kinds of things. It's just the way it is, and I don't know what it is about the audience that I've built up in doing that. It's bizarre. I don't know. It's strange. We're an excellent DM along with streaming. Yeah, and hopefully we can make some more money on Table Story. We're sort of working on that in general to try and make sure that we're all being paid and it can be like a good supplementary income. But generally speaking, none of us have made really any money on Table Story. It pretty much never turned a profit yet. We have some things in the works this year that we're going to be working on. So hopefully by next year we're actually going to have a genuine profit to give, you know, to pay everyone and get some return on investment, you know, in a way. Like it's just a massive passion project for all of us, but it's just a huge amount of work. And there's like a point where you start a passion project in 2016, and that was 8 years ago that we started that for fun. But the thing with that channel is that, like, with every show, the quality goes up, and the stress and the pressure and the effort and the amount of hours and time put into it, and sweat and blood, and yet the offset for that is only what you personally get from it as a passion project, which is great. And I get a lot more. Actually get a lot of return from that, I think, mentally, and it gives me a lot of fulfillment, where in other areas, like this stream will sometimes make me feel a bit fulfilled, and a lot of times makes me just kind of feel like I'm a piece of shit. And that's not really on you or anything, that's just my own shit. But that feels like I'm actually creating these sort of pieces of work that I'm putting out that people can judge and enjoy and maybe appreciate in a different way. This just feels like I'm dicking around with my friends, and some of them give me money for it. Which isn't the case, you know. It's not like I'm not putting effort in. I have like soundboard and shit, and I try and make jokes. I'm pretty much constantly trying to make sure that I'm saying something of worth or making a joke or something, you know. But it's still like, it's not the same approach at all as I have to tables where I sit and very quietly work on and really struggle to put effort into. But there's no money. There's no money in it. Because we've never turned any sort of profit to be able to pay any of us, really. Whack gets enough to survive, to keep the thing. It's just purely, everything is just keeping it afloat. Yeah, man, it's kind of rough when you're like, I put more effort into that than I put into anything, and it's the one thing that I don't get any money out of. And it's, you know, it really exists only on the backs of love from the people that are involved, and that's it. It'd be great if we could like pay everyone, you know, pay Whack, pay Tech, pay PB, pay the mods, pay the cast, and just start to really turn over profit and be able to do, you know, to do that. It's just really, really hard to do. I've seen streamers stream on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Yeah, I feel like I should be doing that, but I don't know how to spin that plate or what to do about it. I guess I could. I have a hard time watching channels I'm not subbed to. Generally just switch on a podcast now, and I know this is just paranoia, but I like RP streams, and it seems like it always gets 9 adverts during a good part. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it, right? Other than maybe wait for the VOD and watch the like the YouTube VOD or something, you know, whatever people end up doing. Higbunyawi. Not a word. I'm just gonna call you Yahweh. Thanks for the 27, my friend. I'm just happy to be here every day with you lots. I mean, I'm glad, and you don't feel like. And this isn't. I'm only having this conversation with you because it's what we're talking about. This isn't me trying to sort of like incentivize anyone to sub or anything, or feel bad or anything like that. Like I said, I've secured a few sponsors this month, so I'm feeling a bit less stressed about that sort of bottom line this month, because I was getting. The thing that's stressing me is I know I've got to move. It's always so expensive, isn't it? Even though the lowest amount of money you could even try and spend is still way more money than you have whenever you move house. The deposit is freaking me out. I've sort of done that now, so I'm a little bit less stressed. Dwarf Fortress, I'd love to play it, yeah. I mean, we could try it. RimWorld does well, but even when I play RimWorld-like games, people don't watch it. So it's a branding thing. If you're not playing the branded, I don't know what it is. Most people's opinions aren't their own, is what I think is generally what is happening. You know, you haven't had 1,000 big streamers suck off this game to you, so you're not interested in it. But everyone told you The Last of Us 2 was good, so you are. You know, everyone loves RimWorld, but no one's ever heard of the other ones that are similar. And so it becomes this thing of like, people just want to watch the games that they've been told that they enjoy. And they enjoy them because they were told that they enjoy them. And that might just be me like chatting shit, but I'm starting to get that feeling that that's true. Like, it's just what it is, man. What games would you recommend? For what? 16 is certainly among the streamable ones, and yet no one's watching it. Yeah. It's bizarre, man. It's such a good fucking game. It's so beautiful. Look at this. This area is stunning. I'm going to hit them with this in the beginning. Watch. Put it right in the middle of where they are. Perfect hit. I suck the other one in as well. And then just shoot in there. Just shoot fire in. Wow. Wait for him to fall. Oh, beautiful. My favorite stream that you ever did was you playing Mount and Blade. Yeah, and then the second time I played Mount and Blade, no one watched it. It was one of the best streams I ever had. Doesn't make any sense. That's the thing with this fucking job as well, is that there will just be this weird, like, secondary element. And it's just chaos. Like, there's nothing that you can do. Fuck me, it's fucking shut off again. Hold on. My screen keeps turning off while I'm playing this, and I don't know why my screen turns off during this gameplay, but not during The Last of Us. It's just the PS5 being captured. Nothing has changed, and yet, here we go. Even the screen is bored of Final Fantasy 16 for some reason. Yeah, Cold War Nerd is like, I'm so bored of this conversation, I'm leaving. I know it's the most boring conversation of all time. It's also just such a conversation to have with other streamers and not with just like people that watch the stream. You know, no one gives a fuck about this. As far as the rest of you are concerned, this is the greatest job of all time. To complain about any of this is insanity. You're sitting there crunching numbers, doing a fucking accountancy job for a firm that fucking hates you. You fucking have to get up at 6:30 this morning to commute into a shitty city to do a job that you fucking hate for hours and hours and hours and hours. And while you're in there, you're listening to this fucking cunt who's playing a video game for money, having the best time of his life, dares to complain about it. I get it. I wouldn't suffer this conversation. I'd have unsubbed years ago. I'm not really complaining either or whining. It's just that I'm sort of trying to get into the nuances of the weird downsides to this job. There's plenty of upsides. There's a reason I'm still doing it. I'd rather do this job than any other job, don't get me wrong. But you can't help but worry about, like, about these sort of like other aspects, I guess.
Over here. Get him. You know what to do, boy. Get him. Give them all you've got, boy. Over here.
That move is fucking OP, dude, for mobs. I wonder if it builds the stagger bar well on bosses and shit.
You know what to do, boy.
My summon car always does well, yeah. I mean, I guess, like, I'm not saying that that there aren't games that I can play. You're sort of going off on like another aspect of this. I'm not saying that, like, I could play Subnautica every day. I could play My Summer Car every day. There are loads of games like that. Loads of them. But do you know what those games are? Those games are kind of hard work on me. They sort of rely on me being almost on top form. That screen just turned off again. And I'm going to elbow my screens in a second and you guys are going to see me absolutely lose my shit because it winds me up so badly. What is it with this? Play it. Play what? Just not listening to a word I'm saying, huh? Not for streaming, since I'm not a streamer, just a gamer who watches people's commentary. Like yourself is way more exceptional being a bloody arse who we love. You're just cool in my opinion. It's what you recommend to play. I don't know. I don't like recommending games because I don't know who you are and I don't know what type of thing you might be interested in. I tend to try not to play games that I'm not bothered that I enjoy. I play things that are quiet. Let's call this fucking Monster Hunter Bighorn thing. But those games are quite hard to do because it sort of requires a level of energy that I don't always have. This on it. It relies a lot on me. No, I can't see him doing moves to me. It's a mistake. It's going to stagger him now.
Sick of Toggle.
Yeah, they're quite hard to do consistently because they're quite high energy, and it relies on me being the focal point. When sometimes I like to just have a game like this where there's a lot of cutscenes and I'm not the focal point. I don't want that to always be the case, really, but if we can all sit and enjoy like a bunch of cutscenes or a story. There's no story in My Summer Car, right?
Keep your distance, boy.
And there's just days and weeks and months where I can't do that every day, 7 days a week, you know. I predominantly stream 7 days a week. I'll take a day off here and there, especially if I'm running a table storage guy. Doing 3 or 4 hours of like the My Summer Car intensity and the stress and being like, you sort of have to be on top form for the whole thing. You know, Subnautica and stuff. There's really no story in there. There's nothing drawing you. And you rely, there's some things that will happen, like chaotic elements that will happen. Obviously, you react to them and stuff. But yeah, it's almost like I'm the game on those streams. And I agree. I think they are some of my best streams. I'm not the type to like big myself up too much or anything. But I do think for the most part, I try and constantly be funny, or I kind of try and make jokes, or I'm, you know, trying to make things entertaining. I'll like edit stuff in, or I'll have music playing and, you know, something like that going on. I am that kind of streamer, but it's very difficult to do consecutively, game after game after game. Some streamers can do it. I mean, some of them are like John Sandman. Whatever, he has got like MDMA running through his veins and not blood. He has just got so much energy and so much life, and he's so happy. But I'm just not built like it. I think I've got too much like, I'm like too depressed or something. Like I really struggle to stay in that zone for multiple consecutive games. I just don't have enough passion either. Like I'm not that passionate about anything, really. So it's quite hard to sort of remain in that zone. So I like to do one of those every now and then, and people always talk about them being the best streams, and they do the best for me. They do the best for me. But if I was to play games like My Summer Car straight into Subnautica, straight into like, you know, fucking Farm Simulator, or, you know, one of these games that doesn't have a story or a focal point, even like something like No Man's Sky, you know, I'm the one who has to be continually on the ball. And I just don't have it in me some days, and I don't, and to do it over and over and over again. I noticed this before. I don't know what I was playing, but I tried to do it over and over again, and eventually I was just absolutely burnt out after about 2 months. I was fucking not with it. I was exhausted. Oh,
that's one of our branded.
No.
Do we take him in?
He's not one of ours. Look, he's with his master.
All right, cool. Got away with it. Wild RP law. When you see like 6 wanted people come into town, but there's only 2 of you, and you're like, whatever. Whatever. Yeah, so like it's just a weird job, man. There's a lot of aspects to it and a lot of facets, and there's just like, and I have to think about myself a lot of the time. I wish if honest, I swear to God right now, if you could injection, you know, syringe, extract anxiety from me, I think everything would improve. My streams would be great. I spend a lot of these streams. You probably wouldn't notice it, or you wouldn't be fully aware of it, right? But a lot of these streams, I'm kind of fucked. Like, I'm just sitting here and I'm mentally burnt out. I'm just spiritually dead. I'm like filled with anxiety or depression, or I'm just like I'm not fully focused. I'm not fully grounded. I'm not really here. But like I can focus, and I can kind of like, you know, I can turn it on. I'm good at that now. I can amp up my energy. I can amp up my personality, and I can kind of like be in the zone and talk and stuff. But like, yeah, a lot of the time I'm kind of dying. And it's like, it's annoying because there are days when I'm not dying and I have a great stream and I loved it and I have such a great time and I'm really on the ball and really enjoying things and just happy and high energy, and you know, we all laugh and stuff, but I have no control over when they happen, and I sort of have to have that every day when I play something like My Summer Car. I almost have to time them for when I know I'm not going to have a stressful month, and that can, you know, anyone that has any sort of like mental health issues of any kind, you know that you're not in control of the flare-ups or what might happen. Something else could happen. You know, someone in my family can send me a text message and that's my day ruined. You know, someone could send me a message right now and be like, oh, and I'm gone. I'm done. This fucks me out for a week. So it's just like, yeah, it's rough, man. Because that's kind of like, that becomes a bit of a balancing act for me a lot of the time as well. And I mean, and I just feel like I'm phoning in every stream, and I watch the views go down and people not being that engaged, and I'm sitting here like, really interesting game, really fun. And I hate it. I hate it so much, and I like beat myself up about it a lot, but you know, what can you do? Right, Gerard, here you go.
Are you the stable master?
Some asshole down the road gave me something
to
to deliver to you, and he was a prick about it. Wonder what's in it. Is he going to tell me?
This is for me, right enough. Not sure what some bearer's doing bringing it to me, though. Where's that fool of a peddler got to?
He couldn't come himself. His cart's surrounded by wild chocobos.
Huh. Sounds about right. He'll have it full of Gizal greens, no doubt. Crammed with him, if I know him.
Gizal greens.
Chocobos go mad for them, don't they? And if you forget to seal the cart up tight, the smell gets out, and birds come running from miles around. Don't get me wrong. They're a fine investment for a savvy merchant, especially around these parts. But you can't get greedy, as our mutual friend is learning the hard way. Still, I got my wares, and that's all that matters. Be sure to pass your master my regards.
The drop-in sound there always makes me feel weird. What a bird wants. What a bird wants. What a bird needs. Whatever makes you happy sets you free. Remember, what was her name? Christina Aguilera. Christina Aguilera showed up on my TV doing a Just Eat ad the other day, and I
You barely have to step
once
out
again
your front door these
realised
days
that we're
before
living in
you're set
Black
up
Mirror now.
by
We're just in
these
Black Mirror
sort
now.
of
I think that's all that's
bandits.
happened.
So much for the whole
Black Mirror
empire
appeared,
bringing us
told
up
us what was coming, and a
to
few years later,
and
fucking, what the fuck? So bizarre. All you can do is play what you want. Yeah, that said, Xenogears when, I mean, yeah, that's the end of my career if I play Xenogears suddenly. I can't even play this one. I can't play this game. Look how fucking good this looks, dude. I mean, it does. Who cares about any other element? I could put this on and just put it on in the background just to look up every now and then and be impressed by what's on the fucking screen. And yet, if I put on Xenogears, it's done. Metal Gear, I mean, Metal Gear Solid was a great run as well, but it's another one where you have to commit to, you're looking at a month or 2 months of playing the same game series, and you get a little refresher when you start a new one. But if people don't want to watch Metal Gear Solid, you're done for 2 months. You've lost viewers for 2 months. They may never come back. They get used to going to someone else's stream at this time of day, you know. Remember when every vote absolutely sabotaged your channel? Well, I had to stop doing the vote. We don't do it anymore.
I wonder if Martha is as friendly as Gav claims.
We don't do it anymore. It was
Let's
literally,
go and find out, shall we?
it was almost as if I was being, it was almost as if a bunch of
Stuff was for the Golden
streamers
Strikers
got together who hated me and sort of like literally sabotaged my fucking thing. Come here, I'm trying to give you attention.
After it.
Pal World, yeah, I mean, I sort of feel like I missed the boat on that. I hate most single player games, alright? Thanks so much for letting us know, Crypto Knight. See you later. And he leaves, you know.
Here, has this thing always been glowing?
You mean to watch? You know what I never does well is playing games with other people. I don't ever do that. But it's just confusing. There's too many people speaking. Most people don't watch it.
If that's all the crystal they give us.
I'll speak with Martha.
It's not like
Martha.
us lowborn can afford a bearer.
I do know that name. Those MGS marathons with a new twist player audit was great. Yeah, I enjoyed doing that. But the last time I did it was almost death to the channel, and then PB done it. I think we probably got to get like someone like Orcish to do it as well. Doing that kind of stuff is fine as well. Like one day I want to play every Final Fantasy game in order. That's when I'm either going to be doing this fucking part-time because I've got another job, or we have somehow successfully transitioned to just being a JRPG channel or something like that. Like I want to do every Final Fantasy game from 1 through to whatever number we're up to at that point.
You ain't pulled that sword from it.
I used to watch
scabbard
these
in
two
days.
guys that would do a race every year.
Come inside.
I forget what they're called now. 'Cause my brain doesn't work, and I just love having a fucking non-functioning brain now. That also just makes me feel fucking great every day when I can't do basic memory recall. You know the thing that you've been able to do your whole life since you were a baby? Yeah, gone. But these two guys every year would play every Final Fantasy game, and they would race each other. It was so interesting to watch. I loved it.
How do?
Watched it year after year. They might still do it. I just sort of like lost track of it. All right, what we got here? We have that sword. All my shit's upgraded, isn't it? Oh, an orchestration. 20 grand though. A Founder's Footsteps. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and buy these
Thanks very much.
because
There you go.
I've been struggling for potions. I don't want to put on any of the easy mode rings either. I want to kind of justifiably play the game. I think if I put on all the timely assistance
Fresh cuts. Fresh cuts. Get your fresh cuts
stuff,
here.
the game would become significantly easier, but it just seems like it would be too easy. The game's not that hard. The fights are just challenging enough without the timely assistance stuff on. I have the timely assistance toggle one just because I
Make sure
purely
you're
just
aiming that at the
cannot
fish
be
there,
bothered.
son. Keep them nice and fresh.
Really just laziness. People want you to start playing at like 2 a.m. your time. Well, people want me to play games that they love and feel nostalgic about, but are objectively terrible and are not gonna do well for a stream because they came out in 2011 and they only remember how it felt to play in 2011, but just have no concept of what it would feel like to play now. And just most people just, I mean, on the one hand, of course, people don't understand that because they're not a streamer. And on the other hand, people just are unable to think objectively. Like, pretty much no one can do it. It's just, everyone's on the spectrum of like completely unable, literally cannot even comprehend thinking objectively. And then down to like somewhat subjectively having an opinion. It's just impossible not to think like that. But yeah, I don't know. Crypto Knight just didn't want to say anything about. He just came in out of nowhere. I hate single player games. Clicked on a stream where I was clearly playing a single player game. A drunk man at the bus stop. I fucking hate single player games. You're just sitting there like, huh? Get your headphone out. Are you? Sorry, what? Are you okay? I fucking hate the single player game. Oh, hey, yeah, me too. That's Crypto Knight, drunk in the stream. Speed runs, I can't do it. I'm not neurodivergent enough, and I hate playing games twice most of the time. If you can remember who that is, that's my jam. I mean, yeah, I can find out. Because I follow them everywhere. I got distracted because my friend Andrew just sent a message completely out of nowhere that says, okay, I want to buy a farm. This is not something that he has ever expressed. This is not something we've spoken about. This isn't like coming off the back of another conversation. He just wrote the message into a group with me and Liam that says, okay, I want to buy a farm. And I've replied with, I do too. So a long-term goal that me and Emma had, which I'm sure will definitely still happen, was that I wanted to buy like a dog retreat. Just a fucking bit of land and then just get everyone to bring dogs to it. Just live on a farm with dogs. Yeah. God, what was his name, man? I'm trying to remember his name. For some reason, my brain is saying his name was Crunch, but that wasn't it. I could message Emma. Is Emma in here? Just message Emma out of nowhere. What the fuck is his name, dude? Notice how I will stop the entire stream for Aaron Black. No one else. If Aaron Black wants something, he has the power. If Aaron Black was like, end the stream, I would do it. Also, the games I love you also play 100% or they'd leave. Yeah, you immediately play it wrong. And also the the other thing that was funny with people like that is they'd be like, oh, I love to watch you play through all of these games in my favourite games on the game vote, and they just wouldn't show up for the actual stream. Or they'd watch me play the first hour and I'd be like, this isn't that great. Why did everyone say this was a great game? And that's all of them gone. Objectivity is learned too. You just don't magically have perspective. Yeah, and I think the problem is most people don't learn it. You'd think you'd learn it as you get older, but I think it's more just like some people learn how to do it and some people don't in a situational way. Like you almost have to have something happen to you in order to gain the ability to sort of have perspective in a way. Sally Mute, what's up, my friend? Thanks for the Twitch Prime. My gosh. Right, now we've got to impress Sally Mute because they're new, sort of. You're not that new though, are you? Yeah, like the it's a bit like having empathy, I think, and compassion. I think you sort of don't. I think you almost cannot have it unless you've suffered yourself. It doesn't have to be the same suffering that you have to go through, but you almost have to suffer in order to understand what empathy and compassion is truly. And people that haven't suffered generally don't quite always get it, right? How many people do you know that were brought up with money and had a great life and have never had any sort of trauma that you really can't talk to about mental health issues? Because you're just like, oh, you just don't get it. It's not your fault. Some of them are awful and some of them are not. But you're like, okay, you just sort of... The only scope that you have to liken depression to is like feeling sad. You know, everyone has felt sad over something. You've spilt some milk. You've had a breakup. You've had like something sad has happened in your life. But if you don't have depression or you haven't been through a period of depression or something like that, the only thing you can compare it to is the weekend you were sad that time. And so that's what happens as well. And I think that's the same. I feel like that can be the same with objectivity as well. I think a lot of the time you almost have to be sort of like overly exposed to the different angles of something. Like when it comes to being objective about a game, you almost have to play every type of game and then repeatedly do it, which is what I've done. I thought I knew lots about games 10 years ago. But now I've played lots of different games every day for fucking years. You know, like 9, almost 10 years. 10 years, kinda. 2014 was my first Twitch stream, I think. Right at the end of 2014. But like 9 years of doing this every day and doing it, you know, really sort of consistently every day since like 2016, 17. And then doing it literally as a professional job since 2019 as my only real source of income. Has left me playing, and I played so many different games now. I feel like my scope of understanding when it comes to games has grown really wide. I'm generally not an objective streamer though. I think I'm very subjective. The games that I like personally, I really, really like. And the games that are objectively good, I can enjoy. Sometimes they'll blend together, like with The Last of Us 2, where I'm just enamored by it, or Disco Elysium. Some of them are like I'm just so inspired by them in a way, and they really reach me on a different level because it's kind of like, yeah, it's like hitting all my G spots. But generally I think I'm very subjective. Like if I'm not enjoying something, I hate it. But I will also point out shit that is objectively shit about games, and people who like those games cannot handle it when I do that. Doom 2016, one of the worst games ever. But go find a big Doom fan and say that to them. They will not be able to fathom what you are saying. They will not do anything other than immediately respond with like fury. Which is, by the way, how you know someone isn't thinking. If the first thing they do is go, you're like, oh, you didn't think about that. Your emotion is, reacting emotionally is 10 times quicker than thinking about something and reacting. And I'm not saying I don't do it at all. I will. Someone came in and out and was like, "This game's shit. I didn't even." Oh, you'd see me pop. You'd see me pop. But usually my emotions, I can draw them back towards the end of an argument and then I can bring in the objectivity. You know, if someone came in and was like, this game ain't good because of this, I'd be like, well, it is good because it is good. It's really good. And then I would be like, but actually also it's fucking beautiful, isn't it? You know, because I can now objectively speak quite well on games. Usually, I'm not I'm not that great at it. I definitely don't know any of the hardware stuff either. I'm not good at that side
who's
of it.
asking, and why they have an Imperial bearer with them.
For protection, which hopefully won't be needed. If you can advise me on the safest route to the west.
She was enslaved by the other side, but they don't brand them, do
I'd
they?
be worried about.
The tattoos.
Bearers don't have an easy time of it in Rose area. Even a Stratton lad like him might attract the wrong kind of attention. And if he gets nabbed, it ain't likely to end well for you either.
Then we'll just have to stay out of the malicious way. Gav said you might be able to help us.
Follow me.
Got it, Aaron. Hold on. Sorry, everyone. We're just going to stop the whole stream. Crumps 2 and Sereth. Let's have a look. Does Crumps still stream? So this is the first one, Aaron. Crumps 2. He's still playing Final Fantasy games. I wonder if there is a collection. Cuphead. It's just all Final Fantasy games. I mean, he used to do a thing. And we're going back a couple of years. I think he used to be a speed runner of that game. He does no commentary runs as well. That's quite nice. That doesn't sound fun, but it's nice when you're an editor and you need footage. Right, Greg? And then Sereth, like Sereth Plays or something. It's spelled C-E-R-A-F, I think. Can't find him. Not like this. Sereth. Yeah, I can't remember, but I'll message you with it. Aaron. Sereth. Spelling, don't know. Crumps 2. Actually, maybe I can just write Crumps 2 Sereth race into Sereth E. Felt like this. If you just Google Crumps 2 Sereth speedrun race, they would play through all of the Final Fantasy games, and they would do it in like January. It was like a yearly thing. And they would just, the two of them would race, and it was great because like Crumps would stream during the day and then Sereth would stream at night. So you could watch one and then the other and just see where they were getting in the games and what they were talking about. It was so good to watch. Really, really enjoyed watching that. I don't know if it exists somewhere else. I haven't watched them do it in years. I don't know if he still does it or whatever. But I can't even find Sereth, so I don't know what happened to him. But yeah, it was really good. Really, really good. I loved that shit. I'd watch him do it again if I saw it come up somewhere. Streams paused, but supporting the dream streamers Aaron and Brad are talking worth the wait. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Listen. My friends are more important than you. I'm sorry. My friends are more important than the fact that I need money, the fact that I'm in the middle of working. I don't think you understand how much I love Aaron Black. I would delete my channel if he wanted me to. Have a look at the active time lore while we're in here. The Imperial Province of Rosaria. The best. This is such a fucking cool feature in this game. Every time I do it, I'm just so impressed by it. I want this for everything that I watch ever. They sort of do it on Amazon Prime. The red button. I sort of wish that I could just like click a thing in my mind. Like the fucking, what's that? Elon Musk Neuralink. Where I'm watching something and I just go, boop. And then, like, you know, I'm like, well, who's that actor? Oh, what movie was that guy in? What's going on in the story right now? Because I looked away for 2 seconds. What character is that? Dude, it's so useful. The Imperial Province of Rosaria. I went into BBC News casting voice. Amelia! Amelia! Send this to the BBC. The Imperial Province of Rosaria. A travel log again, where I walk onto the screen and do this. Today we've travelled to the Imperial Province of Rosaria, a nation occupying the western reaches of the continent of Storm, with Rosalith as its capital. When the duchy was left leaderless in the aftermath of the attack on Phoenix Gate in the year 860, the Ironbloods seized the opportunity to Fuck! Amelia! I'm gonna take that from the top. I can't remember where I was. When the duchy was left leaderless in the aftermath of the attack on Phoenix Gate in the year 860, the Ironbloods seized the opportunity to attack the capital. Their campaign did not last long, however, as the Holy Empire of Sanbreque soon returned in full force to stake its own claim, leaving the once proud duchy no choice but to submit and become an imperial vassal state. This is Amelia Tyler reporting for BBC Radio 1. Martha's Rest. They would do like a little thing where like it would show you some random shots of the city. I watch so many travel shows at the moment because they're so like unintrusive thoughts for me. I can just watch them with safe in the knowledge that nothing triggering is going to happen. I've become the most like padded trigger warninged person ever. 'Cause I'm having the worst 2 years of my life. A small settlement huddled atop a rocky tor overlooking the swampy lowlands of southeastern Rosaria. Sellswords gather in its barracks, hawkers in its streets, while those short on work can be heard singing over flagons of ale from morning until night in the village's eponymous tavern. Eponymous tavern. While the former duchy may want for cheer since being... And this would like... There'd be like the worst pickup shots of like people drinking in the tavern, you know? And it would cut back to me walking in front of the thing and doing like this. And I'd be in front of it, you know? And I'd be like... While the former duchy may want for cheer since being annexed by the Empire, the rest is a rare spot of sunshine among the gloom. And most travellers make a point of stopping over when they're passing through. And then some bullshit. He would do some idiot would walk on with a flagon of ale and cheers me. You know, they always do some shit thing at the end. Clive's had an update. What's going on here? Oh, it just says that he was the one that did it. Branded soldier. Okay, I thought he was going to tell me about this woman. Mad Gab. Thank you, my friend. Don't make unnecessary journeys. Dude, I do that so often and no one ever laughs at it because it's one of those things that just makes me laugh. But dude, it is one of the greatest bits of fucking TV.
Don't make unnecessary...
Dude, I do this all the time.
Don't make unnecessary journeys. Don't take risks on treacherous roads. And don't swim in the sea. Incredibly, people have been spotted in the water here in Blackrock and Salt Hill both today and yesterday.
It's one of my favourite fucking things that has ever happened. I reference it all the time, man. People will just message me and be like, don't do this. And I will literally write back, don't make unnecessary journeys. And they have no idea what I'm saying. They just think I've gone insane. Don't make unnecessary journeys. Don't swim in the sea. Hilarious. All right, let's continue playing the video game. Is this going to work? No. No, it's not.
Sorry for before. Can't be too wary of strangers asking questions in our game. I'm Martha, an old friend of
Do
Sid's.
you want some more belts?
He said he had high hopes for a bearer who joined recently. I expect that's you. So,
Basically wearing
where
a
is it
corset
you're
on the
headed?
outside. Actually,
Phoenix
everyone in this
Gate.
wears a corset, don't they? Even the men of
We have
Rosario are wearing
questions that need
corsets.
answering.
is that so?
Men need corsets more than women in this world.
Well, if you
Not
want to
this
avoid
world,
the garrison,
in the world.
the road through Eastpool's your best bet.
Big,
Or it would be,
big bellied
if the
men.
bridge hadn't
like me.
collapsed. A right bloomin' nuisance it is. We've had no trade with the village for weeks. I did ask our carpenter to take a look at it, but he went out on another job, and he hasn't come back.
He's from Somerset.
Do you think something might have happened to him?
Fingers crossed he's just taking his
He's
time.
from Somerset.
The alternative don't
Lives
bear
near
thinking
Alasdair.
about.
We'll find him
Alasdair lives up at Martha's Rest.
and make sure
Can't
he's
do
safe.
Somerset that well. West Country.
We both need that bridge repaired. Your carpenter sounds like the man to do it.
Bridge building
I see
time.
why Sid's got such a soft spot for you. If you could, I'd be in your debt.
That episode of Naruto where the fucking most powerful
You
being
said
in
that
the
he
world
went
makes
out
a
on
bridge
a
for no
job?
reason.
Right. He went down into the marshes to check on another bridge. The one by the Fallen Gate.
The marshes were dangerous at the best of times. We should hurry.
There's a ladder to the side of the gate. That's the quickest way down, if you've a head for heights. His name is Bernard. Should you find him well, tell him Martha sent you, and that he's wanted at the bridge to Eastpool.
So, Final Fantasy 14, isn't it? Quest accepted.
What Bernard was playing at, going into the marshes alone. If he's ended up in a crab's belly, it's his own stupid fault.
I mean,
The ladder by the gate will get you there.
doesn't
quickest,
give a shit, you know.
if it's not already too
To the marshes, then.
Left her talking to herself.
Let's find that
So
ladder.
rude. If someone did that to me in real life, my god, I would never speak to them again. Find Bernard. Have you all heard anyone named Bernard? Right, he's down here.
When he goes
I
to
go down
East,
this
here's the
ladder.
gate. And that must be the ladder.
Why, yes it is. How does Torgal get down it? Up. With the power of teleportation, Torgal is able to move through time itself.
I don't care what your orders are, Brandon. You keep...
Get away from me!
Oh, here he is.
What was that?
We found him. He's being eaten
came
by
from
the
under the
dories
bridge.
up there.
Come on.
Under the bridge. Sometimes I feel like I don't have a problem. But sometimes I feel like my
There
own
he is.
friend. Tornado!
Hold on, we're coming!
The city I live
Get him!
in, the city of danger. Lonely as I am,
Sick
I
of
summon
trouble.
a tornado.
You know what to do, boy.
Get the one.
You're finished!
Destroyed them without taking a single bit of damage. Bernard is literally just like, he's been bludgeoned against that wall so much by the tornado. We're like, Bernard, where are... And he looks like Two-Face from the Batman movie. Thanks,
Thank
Lele.
you, my lady.
He is a sick ability.
You saved
though,
my
isn't it?
life.
Not
Makes me
at
want
all.
to get the other big move.
You're
now.
Bernard the carpenter, yes?
I can't really remember what
I
moves
am.
I had last
I
time either.
didn't realize my name was known so widely.
I'm a friend of Martha's. She asked us to come and find you.
Well, I'm very grateful for it. I just finished checking these piles when I turn around. I see a gang of slavering monsters looking to feast on my flesh. If you hadn't come when you did, I'd have been snipped into strips by now.
We're just glad you're
We're in
safe.
Somerset, aren't we?
Why, I best go and give my regards to the landlady then, hey?
Actually, she asked that if we found you, we
Mum
should
and
beg
Nurse.
you make haste to repair
Pop
the bridge to
Anonymous.
Eastpool.
Of
Thank you
course.
for the 3 gift subs.
I
my
said I'd
friend.
take a look at
Oh,
it,
you're
but
after the baking
it clean
stream
slipped
as
my
well.
mind. I'll head up there straight away.
Almost there. To squeeze it in. You know what would be great is if we hit that today, and then I could come back and do it on Wednesday. Actually, I don't know if I've got time to go and buy all this stuff. I suppose I could do it tomorrow.
The trusses are still sturdy. It's just a matter of
Looks
replacing the
like
stringers
it.
and relining the deck. I'll have
It
it
is
done in no time.
pronounced Alex
Thank you,
Lockett.
Bernard.
She sent
We
me
were
that
hoping
in
to
a
take the road to Eastpool ourselves.
voice message.
We're very
once.
grateful for your help.
The one and only time I've ever heard
And
like
sorry
speak.
for asking this of you after what you've been through.
It
I owe you my
pronounced
life.
Alex
Fixing the bridge is the least I
Lockett.
can do. Thank you, my lady. And you too, son. You're with Sid.
Plumroog.
Me and him.
My
we go
son.
way back. Not as far as Martha mine, but far
Thank you, my
enough.
friend.
I see.
Well, I best
And
get cracking then. You go let Martha
Oribus.
know I'm all right. And she'll have her
You
bridge back soon
Oribus,
enough.
you horrible little Oribus. Thank you, my friends. I'm looking at who it's catching in the net, and it despite what we were speaking about earlier on, it really has not proved my point, has it? Just catching random people who've never been in the stream before, for the most part. Thanks, boys. Appreciate.
The bridge will be fixed.
I
when
was
it's
considering
fixed,
making
right?
bread, though.
But I was supposed to be in Eastpool
Would that be really boring to
yesterday.
watch? I don't know how to make any of this stuff, so I don't know what. I suppose it doesn't matter. You just want to watch me fail anyway, don't you? None of you actually give a fuck about what's being cooked. I was going to attempt to make some bread, but I looked up that I need to buy a special kind of pot or something like that. A hot pot or something. I thought it was sick.
Bastards will be squeezing us until there ain't a drop left.
Bread would be hard because you need to prove it. I don't know what that means.
It was good, honest work building the aqueduct.
But I don't want to make anything with sugar
you're
in
back. What happened? Did you find Bernard?
We did. He's fine. And he'll have the bridge to Eastpool repaired soon.
Well, thank the founder for that.
It was lucky we found him when we did. The creatures out there are not to be trifled with.
It's the Blight's fault. They'd nothing to eat in the north, so they come down here hunting for food. He can't keep going out alone. I'll have to arrange a guard for him. But anyway, thank you. I don't have a lot to offer in return, but you're welcome to rest here until the repairs are finished.
Yes, I let it rise for an hour. 2-hour waiting time. Alright, fuck it.
We'd be delighted.
What about cookies? Just don't want the sugar, but what else is there?
Can I get you a drink or anything while you wait? Flagon of Imperial Gold, perhaps? Tastes like swill, but it'll slake a thirst.
No, thank you. I prefer the truth about why there are so few bearers around here.
Yes. There were more of them when we were young. Far more.
Is this the Empire's doing? Have they been sent away?
They have, aye. Either to the Legions or Oriflamme. Seems the miners at Drake's Head are having a hard time keeping up with demand of late, so the bearers make up the shortfall. Time was they used to dole out crystals like sugar plums even down here in the provinces, but not anymore. Nowadays, they'll jump at any excuse to confiscate our bearers so they can be put to work elsewhere. I always knew the Empire treated their branded like shit, but after seeing it with my own eyes, well...
Ah, Thea! Congratulations on the new arrival. And you got the little laddie with you?
It was a bearer. The boy I carried for 9 long moons. A bloody bearer.
Oh, you poor thing. You gave it to the constables
It,
then?
dude, this is
Just
fucked
left
up.
it at the garrison, aye. Let them deal with it. Couldn't wait to be rid of the blasted thing. Been
Imagine
wanting it
how
gone
look
since
at the
the moment I found
propaganda,
out.
dude.
Well, it's all dealt with now. So
It's
no
so
harm done,
fucked
eh?
up.
Mum, he weren't my brother, was he?
Getting them young, look, proving.
No. But you'll have one soon enough. You just have to be patient. All right?
All right.
Just gave it away like the Americans with that fucking, whatever that poster baby thing was. Remember that in Indiana?
Unbelievable, innit?
You just put it in a bomb-proof shelter.
Bearers may have been looked down on back in Archduke Elwin's day, but they were still human beings. Now they've fallen so far, a beggar wouldn't spit on them. Since you're not drinking, do me a favour and take that to the Abbey. There's a darkness
Abby's
at the
in
heart
this
of this
game.
world,
My favourite character.
and I'd have you see it.
And we'll see it at an abbey.
Glademond Abbey, on the shore of Sorrowise Bay. The abbot there is a friend. Tell him Martha sent you, and he'll show you what I mean.
Understood.
That's right, Keeper, it's you. I was going to have a quick look at this. Savoury baking recipes. Triple cheese and onion muffins. Chicken and apricot pork pie. Smoked salmon and poppy seed palmiers. Cheese and marmite scones. Cheddar and sage scones. A classic white loaf. Classic cheese scones. I don't know what that is. Sausage roll. Oh, there's loads of shit in here. This all looks way too difficult to make. Homemade soft pretzels. Courgette and cheddar soda bread. Wouldn't eat any of this. Brazilian cheese bread. Honey mustard chicken sausage rolls. Ham and cheese savoury muffins. That sounds okay. Macaroni, cheesy spinach macaroni lunch. That sounds nasty. Korean style cream cheese garlic bread. That sounds good. Pumpkin puffs. Impossible sweet corn bacon and zucchini slice. Pizza scrolls. Muffins. Pie maker. Air fryer scones. Cheese and bacon air fryer scones. That sounds good. Russian pies. What is soda bread? Never heard of it. Sausage roll muffins. Carbonara quiche. It's too much food for me, isn't it? A lot of sausage rolls, pastries, bacon and chili rolls. A Cornish pasty. Could bang out a Cornish pasty. Surely sausage roll is way too difficult. There's loads of shit in here, isn't there? Look. Dim sum sausage rolls. Or dim sim. What's that? Cheesy bread puffs. I mean, how hard are they to make? Remember, I'm a little baby, I can't cook. I've never made anything in my life, so it has to be fucking really... It seems simple and shit and not worth 100 subs, I know. But I've never baked anything in my life. The only times I've ever cooked, you've seen it. Cheese and bacon air fryer scones. 30 minutes. I mean, I would eat this. Flour, butter. Already I'm going to fuck that up. Milk. It has to be real milk. Already I've butchered this by this point. What are you doing that with? Where do you get a paintbrush from? Tasty cheese, bacon. What is that though? That wasn't bacon. Oh, he's just lavering it on. Cook it again. I mean, what are the odds it comes out like that? If it does, what's he put in there? I'll make that. What about them? Biscuits, they're called in America, yeah. Oh, I fucked up. I closed the fucking website and I didn't want to. Fuck's sake. That looks doable. You believe I could do that? Just sending the recipe to myself. Cheese and meat bits, yeah. What was that bacon all about? Why did it look like that?
Where'd you get these turnips?
We learned scones when I was like 10. I can cook things. Alright, run a table story show then, Lele. Oh, weird. People can't do everything. Everyone can't do everything. That's weird. Bacon
I knew that
lardons.
children were tested. That a bearer's fate was
Is that what that's
decided
called?
at birth.
Let me write that down.
And assumed it was best for all concerned. I know. But for a child to be blamed, to be hated by its parents through no fault of its own.
Yeah, that was
We
insane.
knew nothing of what it meant to be born that way.
Insane shit. Got that picture of so I made a notepad for myself by if you just message yourself in Discord. It's the most useful thing in the world. For me at least. Giant enemy crab, oh, done it again. The overkill. No, at least.
Keep your distance, boy. Wake winds. Sick of trouble.
Easy.
Oh, that thing's gonna be annoying to kill, isn't it? A tortoise. That's Jilden at the end of the road. The hard part is going to be the butter in the flour and kneading. Okay. I got moderated for saying the word advice. Really? I didn't see it. It could be that thing from the other day though. We've had to put the shield mode on a lot. There's been a lot of spam bots coming in. I want to wait for my move to recharge. Oops. Oh, I used a high potion, you bastard. Yeah, I'll do some biscuits. Oh, I love biscuits.
Give them all you've got, boy.
That did not look like it worked.
Get him, boy. You know what to do, boy. Don't let them get away.
Summon the tornado.
Get him, boy. You know what to do, boy. Get him. Sick of trouble. You know what to do, boy. Give them all you've got, boy. Get him, boy. There, boy. Get him.
I feel bad for killing it, but we need the materials. Nothing is worse than the most in a high potion. The devastation. It was so true how I felt. Just there. I wonder if I can just grab it out. And then do it.
You know what to do, boy.
Check, we're on at 100. It's a bread can't make them. Lele doesn't actually want to watch me do a baking stream, by the way. She just wants to lord over me that she knows how to cook. I don't know why she has to do it every time, but just so we're all aware.
There, boy! You know what to do, boy.
She just wants to be in the chat room going,
he doesn't even know what flour is. Sick of Torgal. Keep your distance, boy. You're finished.
Don't get it twisted. Don't sit there thinking it's anything other than the fact that she just wants to be like,
look at the peasant, he doesn't know how to cook.
draw a picture of Shadowheart, Lele. Go on. Go draw a picture of Shadowheart. Yeah, that's what I thought. I want that picture of Shadowheart drawn by the time the stream begins. There's no baking stream until... How long have you got? 20 minutes and you've got to film it.
Over here. Sick of Torgal. You know
You've got to film it so that we believe you. A 20-minute drawing of Shadowheart.
You know what to do, boy.
To be presented during the baking stream.
Not this time.
Again. Smart man. Because I'm a very smart man.
There, boy.
No AI generator allowed. This is the quality it needs to match. Okay. 20 minutes. See you on Wednesday.
Sick of Torgal. Don't let them get away. Stay down.
And then you have to run a table story show. After that. What else am I partway good at? Then you've got to do a bunch of impressions of famous celebrities. With pitch perfect accuracy. What else am I good at? And all the while, I'm just going to be sitting there going, she doesn't even know how to do it. She's never done it before.
Get him, boy. Over here. It's over. Sick of Torgal.
Remember the thing I was telling you earlier on about how you need to suffer to learn empathy? We've all got to teach Lele how to feel any human emotion. Host an hour-long segment explaining your many ailments. Roast. We're going to enter you into a roast battle. I also worked at a call centre to get a better excuse.
Sick of Torgal.
Excuse denied.
Boy. Get him. Stay down.
Deny the excuse, chat.
Sick of Torgal. Get him, boy. It's over.
I don't want to fight the chocobos. I'm not going near them. No chocobo kill run. No kill chocobo run. Unless the game like forces me to.
There's the Abbey. What darkness awaits us within, I wonder.
Let's go and see.
Be a pessimist now. It might be
Sick of Torgal.
very nice.
Don't let them get away. Yeah! Get him, boy. Yeah!
Such a classic like RPG fantasy area, isn't it? This one though. Little town in the background. Sort of a bridge aqueduct thing running along there. Greenery, little lakes. Looking around for any things to pick up. Even this abbey is a brick house.
You're finished.
She's a fucking brick shit house. Ain't no way she'd be that big in the end of the world. What's it coming to anyway? Boys and girls now? Oh, take me back to when we were fighting in the war.
Everyone playing that fucking game.
At least we had something to fight for. Didn't have time to worry about all this stuff about having muscles on girls. I don't think so. Not in my Brexit.
I'm playing this if I bite the bullet and get that PS5. Yes, because you play good games and you're not a piece of shit like everyone else in this fucking chat room. Absolute piece of... Actually, people have been watching today. I think it was just weekend views. I'll continue playing it, but we are going to be probably dipping and diving all over the place for a while. We'll do a 2 hours here and a 2 hours there. How about that? A little bit where, a little bit away.
Good
Is
day
this
to
FF
you.
difficult or just regular?
I'm afraid the Abbey
There was
is
only
not
two
open
options. There was
for
like a
public
story
prayer.
mode version and an action focused
May Grieger
version.
go
I
with
think
you.
I did the action focused. I don't know what that means.
We came to offer a donation. From Martha.
That's an insane take, Mandrick.
I see.
Whatever was happening to you that day led you
Then
down an
please
insane path.
Follow me.
But between an air fryer and a PS5, that's a tough choice. But honestly, the air fryer is life changing. Never mind. This is my. This is. I don't know, Noodle. I have no idea.
Please, Father. Something for the pain.
Please, Father. Something for the pain.
Light. It fades. I don't want to die alone.
I think this game's brilliant.
It's all right.
Just about
I'm
everywhere.
here.
Who are these people?
Martha's bearers. She entrusted them to my care, that I might ease their suffering. To the extent that I can. For the time they have left.
What's happening to him? Grayscale.
The curse has taken them. All of them.
As it does every bearer forced to use their gift. With each draw on the ether, their bodies petrify, till all that remains is stone and pain, and so they are
Cool.
cast aside.
Petrification is like a proper.
There is nothing either
in-world
Martha
story
or
beat.
I can do to change that. But we can at
Rather
least
than a shitty
strive to
little,
make
like,
their final hours a
combat
little
status.
more bearable. Have faith, my son, for you shall rise again and find the happiness denied you in this life. Thank you, Father.
That was a bit of a bad pun. He even paused before he delivered it. Because he knew. Oh! He's gone.
I must offer you my own thanks for the medicine you so kindly brought. Now, their final moments may be moments of peace.
What a horrific way to go. Your body just turns to stone. And it goes from the bottom up. Jeez, just kill me, dude. Slit my throat.
When next you see Martha, pray tell her that 2 more have succumbed.
I mean, Clive's still managing somehow to be pure sex on legs in this dour environment. He's so sexy, it's crazy.
We should get back to Martha's
Considering
rest.
how good this game is, I think
Yes.
they put more effort into making
We
Clive
should.
the sexiest man alive than anything else. I do not wish to fight the chocobos. And then they called him Clive. My theory is that they had to. Because it was too much. They couldn't unleash him on the world with a wicked name, you know. If he was called one of the other names from the series. He was called Ramza Beowulf. Don't attack me, don't attack me, don't attack me, don't attack me, don't attack me. Baraibu. I guess you could Japanese it up, but they wrote it in English, so you can't even hide it behind that.
Get him!
I think they genuinely had no choice.
Give them all you've got, boys. It's over.
Had they put the game out with him being called something else, it would be unbearable to play the game. You would not be able to handle
Get him, boy.
every time he was on the screen. They had to draw it back in somehow. Test audiences couldn't do anything while they were playing. They just couldn't concentrate on anything else in the game. They were like, fuck, call him something stupid like Paul.
You know what to do, boy.
Quick.
There, boy. You know what to do, boy. That's
Jill
it.
doing? Is even in this fight? Oh, there's another one. Who's that, Jill? Kill still, Jill. Suck it. What's the excuse for calling the merchant Karen, though? Because it's Karen like the fucking Greek, whatever, toll thing. You gotta pay the troll toll. It's still hilarious, don't get me wrong.
Get him, boy. Give them all you've got, boy. There, boy.
Killer B! Bakaryu! Kamaryu!
There, boy. You lose.
Yeah, no. We sort of had a laugh. Like the game provides you with either the greatest name or the most mundane, basic name of all time. It's really weird. Like some of the characters in this are called wicked shit. Some of them have got amazing names, and then you just got like Jill, and Clive.
Keep your distance, boy. You know what to do, boy.
I do this.
Sick of Torgal. Get him. Don't let them get away.
Boonabelza. Yeah, Boonabelza. 13 had some fucking banger names. Except for Hope.
Get him, boy.
No. Maybe it didn't.
There, boy.
Etro is a wicked name for a god, though. Boonabelza is a fucking banger as well.
Too slow. There, boy.
Big horn, that's what I've got after watching the flies for 2 hours a day. It took me embarrassingly long to make the connection between Jill as Chill. No, that's not why she's called Jill. Is it? Is that the actual reason? Etro is great. Nova Crystal, that whole, yeah, all of them were good. Noctis, Lucis, Calum. I will not kill Chocobos. I will not. You hear me?
Sick of Torgal. There, boy. Over here. Get him. Sick of Torgal. Give them all you've got, boy. Stay down. Get him.
They can't follow up Noctis with anything other than Clive, yeah. As a fashion brand name. I watched this like TikTok the other day. God, I need to stop getting all my info from Twitter. There's like an advertising specialist on TikTok who talks about like really weird approaches to advertising and how people like, he's just like a branding expert. It's really interesting to hear some of the stuff he says. Like he was talking about how all of the new brands that exist in the world are just called like weird shit like Etro now and Floobly Woobly because every fucking person there you will never run into a legal issue over your name because there are so many brands now that like everything that you're going to name something has already been named. So now that people, all these like weird new brands are just called like Wibbly Wobbly Woobly Wembley because there's no way that exists. So that's how people have to brand shit now because every name is fucking exists. There's like a clothes shop in Louisiana called Etro. And you run immediately into legal problems every time you make a new brand now, so because everyone owns a business because of the internet. 3 new characters added to the Final Fantasy VII universe in mobile Sephiroth game are called Glenn, Matt, and Lucia because they were drinking Glenn Green matcha tea, matcha Lucy. Oh, wow. That's what they named them after. That's hilarious.
Ah, you're back. Thanks for taking care of that.
The abbot had a message for you. 2 more have succumbed.
I see.
Glenn's
Come
in
upstairs.
a lot of games though, right? Like the Chrono Trigger games, Chrono Cross. Glenn's a big deal. I assumed it was after that.
So, now you know, eh?
I've seen plenty of bearers die on the battlefield. But never like that.
And all because they were born different. The powers that be can't take away their gift, so they strip them of their humanity instead. Oh, there's plenty who pity a bearer's plight, But so long as we're content to sit around weeping for those on whose broken backs we're carried, we ain't gonna change nothing.
And so you lend Sid your strength.
Though Glenn is also a
What
reference to
little
green,
of it I
isn't
have.
it? So
Use profits from this place
they
to
just do that
buy
every
the
time.
poor buggers.
So when the abbot told us the bearers were yours,
Aye, they're my property, at least by law. Any still fit to work fetch a price beyond my means. All I can do is care for those who are past mending. But it's not all doom and gloom. Bernard's finished fixing that bridge for you. You can carry on to Eastpool now. You got questions that need answering, ain't you? Well, I wish you luck.
thank you, Martha.
Oh, I almost forgot. Sid and I have other friends in Rosaria. Wear this and they'll know you for one of us.
the slumbering chocobo.
And know that you will always be welcome here. You were right, Sid. It really is them. Lord Rosfield and Lady Warwick have come back to us. And long may they stay.
Okay. Goodbye. Uh-oh. Oh. Good boy.
Sid.
Ah, Clive. You're not where I left you.
Hurt your hand.
I did, aye. With 1,000 little lightning bolts.
He turned into stone?
Can't fling them around the way I used to. Think of it as my decoration for long service and exemplary misconduct.
We will find a cure, Sid.
But you didn't come here to compare war wounds.
We didn't.
Thank you, Sid. For everything.
If you want to leave, that's your lookout. I'm sure you'll have a long and happy life together if you stay out of my way.
Sid!
Oh.
That's Oliver.
I knew a girl, back in the day. She was a slave to her fate, just like you.
That's the whole story, isn't it? Well, not actual
I
fate.
wanted to save her. For a while, I even thought I could. But just because you think something doesn't make it true.
That's a hard lesson most people don't learn as well.
I'm no savior. Just a conceited old fool. I talk about people forging their own futures. But instead of handing them the hammer, I beat them with my own. And if no bugger wants to listen to what you've got to say, you might as well keep your gob shut. But Clive, I will say this. You're not a monster. You're the same man you've always been. Accept that, and you may yet escape your fate.
My fate.
Look, lad, you've had a hard life. And I don't see it getting much easier. You might not be able to save anyone else, but at the very least, you can save yourself.
I'll try.
And Jill. I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to talk, but I trust she'll take good care of the boy.
Yes, I will.
Is that the last of it?
Aye.
We best head back then. Wouldn't want to keep
It's
them
presented
waiting.
quite positively, but I feel like Sid is saying that because he thinks he's going to die. Because he's got the fucking
It's
grey
alright then.
skin. You know? Presented like he's just sort of wistfully giving them a little bit of sort of mentorship, fatherly advice, wisdom. But actually, I wonder if Sid's motivation underneath all of that is just that he's like, well, I'm fucked. Legacy stuff, you know? Which is also sort of quiet underlying theme in here. What a wonderful bridge.
Ah, the slumbering chocobo. Welcome to the Brotherhood. You're free to come and go as you please, even to the north, now the bridge is fixed.
Well, thanks so much. Goodbye. You've done a great job fixing this bridge. What a great job you've done. Fixing this bridge.
Don't you worry about them boards. I use good solid lumber. It's the base on the other side you want to be careful of.
Alright.
Martha
Then I
said
shall
the
kill them
blight
all.
spread even further south, pushing yet more monsters down with it. I dare say we'll be seeing a few along the way.
Then we shall have to keep our
bastard.
wits about us.
There, boy! There, boy! Get him, boy!
Mm-hmm.
Get him! There, boy! Over here!
Got enough experience. With that other ability. Almost. I want to try this one out. Another turtle. But first, I will wait for my skills to refresh. Hello, my friend. Time to die. Oh. What?
Sick of Toggle! You know what to do, boy.
Kind of makes me jump every time she does that move. I think she's
Don't let them
doing
get away.
it to me.
Sick of Toggle! Over here. You know what to do, boy. Get him, boy. You know what to do, boy. There, boy. Keep your distance, boy. Garuda, you know what to do, boy. Sick of Toggle.
Shut up, Jill. You shut your mouth.
Very well.
You're here to look slightly less pretty than Clive.
Right then. Excellent. Another fight.
Don't let them get away.
Sick of Torgal.
There, boy.
You know what to do, boy. Sick of Torgal.
I do get a little bit lost sometimes. I'm like, oh, I've been over here and I really haven't. It's not always good for a game. Sometimes they do it on purpose, right? To make you wander around a bit longer, but sometimes because every area looks the bloody same in every video game. Wouldn't you say, old chap? Is that Wade Glass? We went to see the doctor last night. Doctor with a gun on his hip.
That's enough.
Big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. We were like, doctor's got a gun. Doctor's got a gun. Why does he fucking need one? Please don't fuck with me. We don't fuck with doctors. We're the good guys. As compared to most of the fucking criminals. I was about to put Alex down with that gun, dude.
You allergic, boy? Let's see if you're allergic to this. You're allergic to lead, boy.
Mistakes.
I find it so interesting that you chose to make both of your characters American. Why'd you do that? Third one's French. Oh, I didn't know you had a third. Who's the third one? You got a criminal. Jesus. I feel like you're on Glass so much. I don't know how you have time of a third character. I just don't. We did our cadet shit at the same time, but Glass is like basically my senior at this point. Because you've racked up so many more hours. I still feel like a cadet. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Get him. Wake wins.
Secret Easter egg third crim. Cool, man. I'm gonna treat them exactly the way that you treat my character on Glass for no justifiable reason. Like a piece of shit. The character's gonna be like, why does that guy fucking hate me so much? All I've done is literally provide him with incredible information for free. Made you look like the absolute fucking top bollock detective for all your seniors. And he fucking hates me. Glass fucking hates Levi, and there's no reason for it realistically. It's my favorite thing though. I love it so much when I do have two characters on the server, and like Lucian and Glass are like absolute besties. My favorite thing is when I'm on Lucian and I've got nothing to do and Glass rolls into town. I'm like, yes. I'm gonna roll around with him all night. But like, I log in on Levi and see Glass, and I'm like, oh, it's that guy again. He's fucking such an asshole. Why does he think I'm so wanted? That guy's a fucking dick. That guy hates me. I don't know why.
You there! Over here!
What do you want?
Excuse me, I'll use that blade of yours.
Got your own, mate.
Curse my luck. I'm branded. No time to haggle with whoever holds your leash. Wait. That's the slumbering chocobo you're wearing. You and the Marthas, are you? Good. She won't begrudge me the use of you, then. Not while there's wolves about. We tried dealing with them ourselves. Made out bait, think we might swoop in and slaughter the lot. But we didn't expect the pack to be quite so bloody big. I expect the blight drove them here. They must have fled their homes.
It's so fun that
for
everyone here
pastures.
is from Somerset.
We
They
don't
like
think
literally
these bellies might make them easy
colloquialize
prey.
areas in the
Made
game.
them mean instead. Martha's no fool, so she must see something in you. Do us a favor and get rid of him, will you?
All the Americans playing this were like,
What? They all have the same accent.
All right. I suppose those wolves pose a threat to everyone. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. I'd wager the greedy bastards are still
Somerset.
over
I don't know
yonder,
anywhere else
finishing
around
off
there.
our bait.
Cornwall, Devon,
When
Devonshire.
you've seen to every last one of them, go and speak to my friend over the bridge. Bryce, his name is. They want to know if it's safe to come across. All right, off you go then.
Lele's laying all over me again. Actually, I'm from Somerset and they don't sound like that. Have you never been? Actually, I'm from that area, so I know everything about it.
Don't let them get away.
Have you never cooked a scone before? Can't believe you've never cooked.
Get him, boy. Get him. Over here.
Can't tell if he's swinging his dick at me.
Give them all you've got, boy. Sick of trouble. Over here.
Every NPC in this current Dragonlance campaign is from Somerset because of this game. I just think it's quite cool that they like gave this area on the map. Where are we? Rosaria, I guess this part, Martha's Rest. They sort of have that like Devonshire sort of West Country accent. And then there are areas that have sort of Yorkshire accents as well. And then there's a few people that sort of speak quite posh, which I assume is the Empire. They went very Star Wars with it. But it's just nice that they sort of did that. Because like it's one thing to just have everyone be like British and then also within that have them have different accents within the British Empire, right? Because there's loads of them. But to actually try and keep them localized to the areas is just a little bit of extra effort that they realistically don't need to do, but I think really lends itself to the immersion of the game. But I mean, fuck it. No one wants to watch me play this game, huh? Does this work on him? It's a brilliant game. Really fucking well done, man. They're really back on form with this one. 15 really did have to fucking struggle and crawl along so that we could get this, but I mean, worth, you know.
Get him, boy. Sick of Toggle. Get him. You know what to do, boy. You're finished.
I think it's cool, and I think it's one of those little, tiny little things that would get overlooked by people, you know, maybe. But it's those little things like that. Same as with The Last of Us 2. The little flourishes, the little additional just accents to the work that they're putting in and weaving into these games. Just making it so that they grabbed a load of actors that could do a sort of like West Country accent, and then they put them all in this part of the world and had all of the characters here deliver those lines that way. Is just it just adds so much very quietly and subconsciously to the game. I'm so impressed with it.
Don't let them get away.
He ran straight out. Tornado. And he's chasing him.
Sick of Torgal. Get him, boy. Sick of Torgal. There, boy. Sick of Torgal. Get him, boy. Flames to me.
Whee!
Get them what you've got, boy. Get him. Get him, boy. Sick of Torgal.
Really like this game, but I didn't think I'd place it that high on my SF list. Can't thought much about it. I guess I think the only thing this game lacks is the group, because you just play as one guy, and the fighting is very much Devil May Cry rather than feeling too tactical. Which I think they attempted with 15 and failed with. And they just didn't even attempt with this one to do any, like, really have any sort of the elements of the older Final Fantasy games that meant that you ended up being quite tactical with stuff like statuses and appropriately using elements and stuff, which you can do in this, but you just don't need to. You just can smack X square, and you know, which is sort of what you can do in 15. And I think that might be lost forever after this. They've achieved it with 7. 7 is 13, and this is 15. And that's, I think that's it now. I think that's going to be the two types of Final Fantasy games that we get. And it's a bit more present in 7, the remake. And this is a lot more sort of singular character action focused.
That's better.
I just think this game is like a complete success. I really love it.
I'm hungry, all right.
I just think that we all have to accept that the olden days have gone. And if we want those old games, they're still out there in the form of like Sea of Stars is around. But we have to just sort of concede. We have to concede some shit in Final Fantasy games now. And we've conceded a couple of elements, but then they've still got so much in this that makes it feel like a Final Fantasy game to me. And in ways, I think makes it feel more like a Final Fantasy game than some of the other entries recently, you know. They've brought back the politics and the intrigue and the story, and it's all glossy and bright and hopeful like a Final Fantasy game should be. They still give you like a crew, but you don't really control them, and they don't feel as ironically, I don't think a lot of the characters in it are very iconic like you get with some of the older ones. There's a little flair that's been lost. You know, you wouldn't compare some of these characters to like some of the ones in 10 or something like that. But I think the world building, the setting, it's all set around crystals again, and just that sort of like approach. They've brought chocobos into everything. It's still kind of got an anime flair whilst remaining kind of realistic. It's just beautiful. It's such a good game. Like, the people who made this game really fucking had a They were on their shit with it, dude. I'm absolutely fucking like blown away by it. I really think it's brilliant. You know, if they'd brought out another 15, they could have killed the series, you know. Could have killed it. But they've smashed it out the park with 7 and this, one after the other. Oh, I haven't got PC listed. It's under the stream though. You can just like find it written out.
Royce has been stuck on the far side of that bridge for bloody
The voice
ages.
acting in this is really good.
Make sure to let him know once
Not
it's safe
maybe
to
this
cross.
guy, but you know, like I think Ben Starr, for a guy that went in and was like trying to get the part of NPC number 4, to just be given the main character's part, has absolutely fucking had a blinder with it. He has smashed the fuck out of this part. Some of the fucking bits of voice acting he's already done in this are so good. I really hope he gets a lot of work out of this and it doesn't just become one of those situations where, you know, someone gets like one really important role and that's all they get known for. I really hope he gets a lot of good work out of this because he super deserves it. And it will only improve what sort of an actor he is, I think. But look at this, man. It's just beautiful. You know? Final Fantasy is meant to be a lot of things. It's meant to be the most beautiful game. It's meant to have that sense of like camaraderie. You're meant to fight God. You got to feel like the underdog at the beginning. You got to join a ragtag band of blah blah blahs. You got to have some chocobos, some moogles, a sense of high fantasy blended in with like a bit of political intrigue, a really interesting and individual, you know, like setting or story. I feel like they did it, man. You know, it's definitely conceded some other elements, but I think that's just that's all it is, man. We've been going through teething process since Final Fantasy X, and I just think that this is all. There's no way around it in this modern era of games and stuff. It's just impossible to do, unless you want to just fucking go all the way back and do, you know, a 2D game again or something like that, because I think that's the only other way to do it. And if you're going to do that, just play Sea of Stars. It's fucking awesome. Sea of Stars was just a brilliant little nostalgic sort of snapshot of what made all the old games, all the old JRPGs so interesting, and then they presented it in such a really fucking nice, unique and pretty way. I loved that game. Blown away by it. Yeah, we've sort of been fed well, haven't we? And I just don't want to complain about anything in this, you know. There's really there's a few things that I could definitely pick up on. I mean, the combat in this isn't really my favourite. I think it's quite simplistic. It's a little bit too easy. You know, we're quite early on, and there are some hunts later on and stuff. But you know, I like using my brain in Final Fantasy games. You sort of don't really have to in this one. But again, I just think you have to concede some of those things, and you just have to applaud the things that they have excelled at, and I think they've excelled at so much in this that it easily outweighs the bad. And I'm just sick of like shitting on Final Fantasy games at this point, because they've put out one like this and I just don't understand why it isn't everyone in the world's favourite game of all time, in a way, you know. It's madness to me. But we have fed well. We have Baldur's Gate, Last of Us 2, Sea of Stars, last couple of years. Yeah, man, I think it's just fucking so good, man. I'm into it. All of the V in this is yeah, there's some good voice acting in this, but he is just fucking on it. He's absolutely going for it, and I'm really glad that he sort of like is recognized for it as well. I started a first play of FF5 PR this weekend. I've been loving it. It's my least favourite Final Fantasy game, but
wonder how long that bait will last.
Still, I understand. It's Final Fantasy V is the one that Final Fantasy V is the neurodivergent Final Fantasy game, which is why Theory fucking loves it. And I would not fault anyone for it being their favourite game. It's just that you've confirmed you're on Spectrum. And that's all good. It's completely all good. But that's why. That's why it's your favourite one. Yeah, no, it's a weird one, that one. It's just a weird one, the job system and stuff. That's another teething game. Because when you compare Final Fantasy 4 and Final Fantasy 6 to 5, it's kind of a weird, such a weird game in there. But I think they really concentrated on the combat and the job system and the structure of the game rather than the sort of story and presentation in that one. So it ends up being like a kind of more mechanical and clunky game, which is great. Really, Final Fantasy V plus story is Final Fantasy Tactics, isn't it? Is this the last stream of 16? No, I think I'll just sort of play it intermittently. I don't know what to do really. I'm sort of fucked for the next. We're going to be all over the place. I hope you like the stream for the stream and not the game, because it's going to be. I'm taking tomorrow off, so I've got so much shit to do. I've pretty much got to plan an entire session from scratch for Cura. I've like got it all in my head, but not down. I just haven't had time. I've got another thing that I'm doing, setting up some stuff for Table Story. I've got to fucking call this estate agent again. There's something else I need to do. I can't remember what it is now, but I'm taking tomorrow off and trying to do a week's worth of adult stuff in one day, you know. You ever just put off stuff that's like, I'll do that. I'll take a day off and do it all in one day, and then that day rolls around and you're like, I have so much to do today. This was an insane choice. That's going to be me tomorrow. And then Wednesday we'll probably play more of this. Thursday I'm going to play Dying Light 2. It was sponsored for Dying Light 2 for a couple of hours. I might play it for the whole stream, or I might do a little switcheroo and jump from Dying Light to this. And then I'll probably just play this, and then there's going to be like random sponsored streams peppered in for the next week. And then I'm actually sponsored to play Final Fantasy 7 on like this time next Monday, I think. So I'm just going to probably play nothing but Final Fantasy 7 as of next Monday, I think. So that's kind of where the stream's at. So for this week, it'll be a little bit sort of all over the place. We might do a baking stream if we hit the thing, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do that next weekend or something. Even 14 being so old and limited as an MMO, it's pretty as fucking well made. Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about 14. I've got maybe about 100 hours in it, which is nothing in that game, right? I don't glue with MMOs, man. I wish I did. I really, really wish I did. I'd love to be able to just turn on MMOs and just, you know, lose time, dissociate and play them, but I just don't get on with them, man. It's a weird game, yeah. The mechanics in 5 are amazing, but the story is dog shit, yeah. They did interviews with the OG lads. They said they alternated between story and mechanics as a focus for the first 6 games. Yeah, you can tell. I feel like they didn't really pop with story until 4. 4 feels like, if I was to title the Final Fantasy games, Final Fantasy 4 is the first proper Final Fantasy game to me, because I feel like that kind of has it all. It's a really good example, but it's sort of like Proto 6, and then 5 is just like good mechanics, which really showed their ability to do that kind of JRPG mechanical approach, which they again excel at in, I think, Tactics. And then they sort of excel at for the next few games. And then 6 is just a lovely little blend of everything they've learned. But 6 is kind of the second Final Fantasy game to me. I don't really count 1, 2, 3, and 5. They're just sort of like, they're pretty basic. And then it just doesn't stop from then on. After that, I'm into all of them. 7, 8, 9 are just dream team. Absolute fucking standout. Unbeatable. 10 is brilliant as well, and I've always loved it, regardless of what anyone says. I'm glad that people sort of rate 10 now, because when it first came out, I remember I hated being a Final Fantasy fan when that came out, because everyone was just losing their minds because it was voice acting in it, and they just couldn't handle change, a bit like with this maybe, I guess. And it was just like, so annoying. Like, are you completely like insane? This game's brilliant. I think 10's great. I've got problems with all of them. if I wanted to pick. 13, I understand everyone's problems, but I personally like. I get that it is a bit of a corridor simulator. There's a brilliant video that compares 10 and 13 in that they're both corridor simulator games. And that 13 is just the same as 10, but in 10 there's stuff to do on the way along the corridor. The Mihen High Road in 10 is an insane thing to put in front of people who are expecting an open world RPG. But there's just so much shit to do along the way on that road. You immediately run into a thing where they're just like, do you want to play more Blitzball? Then you run into a fucking guy that tells you a load of shit. You know, the old man with the fucking amazing voice. Machen ASMR. You ever Googled that? Because it exists. Machen ASMR.
Perhaps you'd like to hear a bit about the High Pillow, hmm? The Shoepuff handlers belong to a race of water dwellers known as the High Pillow. They may be slow on land, but in the water they're quick as silvery fish.
What a great bit of voice acting, you know? Voice acting in 10 is really good, by the way. Even Tidus, who I think is probably the weakest voice actor in the crew, but he had just so much more. The guy, I don't know how he didn't die trying to do it. And people always bring up the stupid laughing line and that, as if that was like... The problem is most people think that he's laughing, that that's bad voice acting, but he's doing a fake laugh, you know? And everyone's like, look at the voice acting, look at his laugh, it's so shit. Yeah, it's a fake. He's doing a fake laugh, that's the point. Anyway, you're taking me off down a road I can't be fucked to go down. But people kind of rate 10 now. But yeah, there's stuff to do. You do the fight, yeah, the Pokemon fight. There's like stuff to do. Whereas in 13 there really isn't a lot to do. They just sort of pepper it with fights, which is completely like, I think it's a completely fair argument. But actually, the second playthrough of Final Fantasy 13 is the best playthrough of that game. It's a really enjoyable second playthrough because it's very convoluted and complex, and kind of the way they deploy the narrative in that game is really bizarre. There's a lot of like chunks of writing they want you to read. These just huge like books of writing to read to really understand the setting and the stuff that's going on in it. But actually, when you play it through for a second time, it's fucking great. I like it. I like the characters and stuff in that one. I also think 13 should be played with the Japanese VA, and then then you really can enjoy it because it's very anime as fuck. But in English, it sort of doesn't translate. Vanille being the prime example of the most anime character ever, but you give them an English accent and they just don't work. It just sucks. To get 100% in X2, you have to listen to about 10 plus minutes of Machen having to say listen more every 15 seconds. It's the second option you have to menu it. That sounds horrendous. And the worst thing about that is to get 100% in X2 is the only way to get the true ending of X. It's so important to get 100% completion in X2 if you want to enjoy Final Fantasy X. I think it's one of the most frustrating things. A side quest game though, isn't it? It's just a game full of side quests. I still stand. The last third of X2 is fucking great when the story kicks in, but the first 2/3 are so stupid and it's just a bunch of side quests. Yeah, 13 is a rough one, but 13 they just remixed it into Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is one of the greatest games ever made. 14, you know, whatever. 11 was another online one that I didn't really play much. 12's a weird one. It's a really, really good game, but it's like big and long and annoying to get through a lot of it, and I feel like it's quite shallow in a lot of places, and you can see the shit show they went through in production to get that thing off the ground. Just switching the main character out and switching it from Bash to Vaan, and then the game just slowly pivoting away from Vaan back to Ash and Bash. It's such a weird story, and then they sort of just chuck in Han Solo and Chewie, and they feel like the main characters as well, and it just doesn't have a lot of focus. But it isn't bad, and it's really fun. Like the gambits are really fun to set up and shit like that. It just feels like a Star Wars movie, though. Really just feels like I'm watching a Star Wars trilogy. It's the closest one to feeling like a Star Wars, I think. And then 15, I mean, they just put the DLCs in the fucking main game, so you just play them as they happen, first of all. Don't give me a fucking, you know, a pizza short of 3 slices. Put them in. The Ignis DLC in that is so fucking good. And the final DLC, the other one as well. But the Ignis DLC is so fucking good in that game. It's mind-boggling. But yeah, it's just a shit show, isn't it? That one. And I feel like it isn't massively on the writers and it isn't massively on the people that were like making the game exactly. But it wasn't hard to play. You just spend a lot of time just pressing X and square, warping around. I feel like it needed a bit more going on there. This one at least has stuff that you can switch in between and abilities that you're messing with. Until you get back. Until you get the until you get to later levels and do the hunts in 15. There's no combat really. But I do think there's another one where 15 had to sort of struggle through a bunch of these really awkward, like, new Final Fantasy, you know, new age Final Fantasy. This in front of us now. They had to figure that out, and there was no way they were going to do it and smash it out of the park. It's just too difficult to do. And in doing so, though, they applied that knowledge to this one. You can sort of feel that. You can feel the team from 14 influencing this one, and everything they've learned, they pull it together and they just create this really fucking bomb narrative. Yeah, it's really interesting when you look at the journey. Don't make unnecessary journeys. The journey through, yeah. Whatever, Bradley. Not that I'm an expert or anything. Don't mind me, I'm just missing an eyeball. Don't ask me. Alright, 20-minute Shadow Heart from Lele. It says fuck you, Brad, on it. This was my 20-minute Shadow Heart. Lele's is better. Lele wins. Fine. I can't do it. I can't actually do the thing you do to me. I tried. I really tried to drum up some hate from somewhere within me and do it to you, but I can't do it to you. I can't be like, haha, I can't do it.
Wonder how long that bait will last.
Alright, what do you want, Vexed Villager?
He's
getting vexed!
What's it to you, bearer?
Your friend asked me to get rid of the wolves, so I got rid of the wolves.
You'd have me believe a single bearer slew the entire pack. Then again, if you didn't, you wouldn't be on this side of the bridge. Bugger me, you're a tough one, aren't you? Oh, Frederick! You wily bastard. I'd never thought to pit beast against beast like that. You served us well, bearer. Be sure to pass our thanks to your master.
Get another piece of paper and just draw the tits and then stick them underneath it, yeah. I did the iconic grey-haired Shadow Heart as well. Best girl. Best character in the whole game.
Look, the windmills.
The Abbey of
That must be Eastpool.
Yes, Jill, it must be. Oh, for fuck's sake. I always think that I'm on the fire mode and go to do this move. and then summon up a world-ending tornado, earth-destroying fucking hurricane just to kill one little fucking mob. Who can draw the most accurate penis? No, absolutely no
I remember
competition.
coming here with Lord Murdoch when I was young. Rosaria seemed a very different place back then.
The windmills. The wind sails from Spellwind. This is what that place looked like. Look at this, man. The Fallen ruins are really interesting in this as well. I don't remember anything about the Fallen, but oh god, I love a dead civilization you don't know anything about, but they left all these remnants behind. Love it. Chuck
Quiet,
in every bit of world building
isn't
ever.
it?
Yes.
I don't, but it should be.
You're Clive Rossfield.
Father? Oh.
It's me, Hannah, Rodney Murdoch's wife.
Lady Hannah.
Oh, I knew it was you. You haven't changed at all. The Lord Marquis and Jill too. It's so good to see you both again.
Immediately cry. So many tears immediately.
It's good to see you too, Lady Hannah.
This is me whenever someone comes back and subscribes after 6 months being away.
If you have time, you simply must come back to the house. I haven't much to offer, but what is mine is yours.
By the way, thanks to the bits. The bits are still on like low amounts.
We
so
should
you
be
can,
delighted.
I think you can just do 1 bit now. But I don't think it makes a noise. Lulu, and Insta Rage. Appreciate you. I know it was like an hour ago, but I don't think I mentioned it. They're like, I don't care, man. I fucking left the stream. You didn't mention my name. I heard you. You piece of
Ever
shit.
since. I can well understand fleeing from those iron blood brutes, but oh, to take to the road at such a tender age.
I mean, the sexiest man alive. Look at him. Not him. Look. So sexy! Jesus Christ. Drink every time Clive knows he's on camera.
Easy, but we survived.
Drink every time Clive knows he's on camera.
Now we're back. It's wonderful to see you safe and well, Lady Hannah.
Now this is the head of the guard. Let's find out. With this handy fucking thing. Yeah, him. Rodney. Remember him? Taught us how to use a sword. And he got absolutely obliterated. You remember? It was fucking brilliant. In like the worst way. The Boiling Crusade. A surprise attack launched by the Iron Kingdom on the Duchy of Rosaria in the year 860. Rosaria was critically weakened at the time, having lost Archduke Elwin Rosfield and being plunged into chaos in the aftermath of the attack on Phoenix Gate. The Iron Blood unleashed a wave of murderous destruction on the Rosarians and returned home with human spoils in the form of countless young women and children, Jill Warwick among them. This is Brad Woto losing his voice. Eastpool is a hamlet located in the eastern part of the Imperial... Fandango? Yeah, no, we're going to have to do that from the top. I can't speak. Huh? I can't read anymore. I can't read. My brain is broken. It's irreparable. Eastpool is a hamlet located in the eastern part of the imperial province of Rosaria. It was once surrounded by fertile farmland, but the southward creep of the Blight eventually drove out most of the inhabitants. I'm here today with Clive Rossfield, who's going to be acting sexy while everyone else acts normal. Hannah, wife of Rodney Murdoch, Lord Commander of the Rosarian Army. Since her marriage, she has resided... Since her marriage ended because he died, she has resided in the Murdoch Manor in Eastpool. She runs this little...
Do you think you will stay here, in Eastpool?
I'd rather die fast.
Rosalith
Yeah, I mean, he
still
died
enjoys
pretty
the
quickly.
Mother Crystal's blessing, does it not? You could always move.
This house holds a lot of memories for me. So long as I can live here in peace, here I shall stay. Not that it matters. The capital is closed to civilians, by order of the Duchess. Or should I say, Her Imperial Majesty. Annabella's marriage to the Emperor of Sanbreque
Is that my mother?
heralded a great many changes here.
Yes. Of course.
Oh, forgive me. I didn't mean to...
Please. There is nothing to forgive.
Well, it's been 13 years, right? Yeah, there she is, son of a bitch. She is the most evil person in the game. I'm putting that down right now. Annabella Lesage, former Duchess of Rosaria, now Empress of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque. It was her ever purpose. It was ever her from the top. Okay. And action. It was ever her purpose in life to preserve her phoenix-bearing bloodline, for which reason she betrayed her husband, that she might enter in league with a force It's terrible. Can we take that from the top, please? Thank you. It was ever her purpose in life to preserve her phoenix-bearing bloodline, for which reason she betrayed her husband, that she might enter in league with a force she judged the mightier. Now she rules over Rosaria as vicereine, that's not a word, of the imperial province, which she rules with a cruelty and contempt for the baseborn that was unknown in Archduke Elwin's day. You'd think there is like some sort of evil creature controlling her, wouldn't you? We got a Queen Bran situation on our hands, maybe. Rosalith Castle, situated in the heart of the ducal capital of Rosalith, it was from this towering ivory fortress that the Archduke and his family once ruled their proud nation. A well-armed Sanbrequis garrison has been stationed here since 860, when the duchy was annexed by the Empire following the tragedy at Phoenix Gate and the subsequent invasion by the Iron Crusade.
Would my mother not make an exception for you and your husband? Surely she would not refuse the Lord Commander.
Look at that. Close.
You haven't heard, then?
I don't do this
Rodney
often,
passed
do they?
away on the night of the fire.
Impossible.
He never returned from Phoenix Gate.
Nice. Two sides of the situation.
I'm sorry.
Clive.
My poor child. You look pale. All this traveling must have taken its toll. I insist you rest. We can talk later. Hmm?
Are you sure you don't want to sleep inside?
I can't. Not after what I did.
Lady Hannah said she would prepare a change of clothes for you in the morning. She really has been very kind.
Years of killing. 13 years. Without the faintest glimmer of hope.
Jesus.
It was only Joshua that kept me going. I swore that I would avenge his death. That I would kill his killer. That was the only thing that gave my life any meaning. But if it was me who killed Joshua and Murdoch and all the others, then why the hell am I still breathing?
I ask myself the same. When I fought, hundreds died. There were so many bodies, so many lives cut short in their prime. That day in Dalmacia, I wanted to join them. I wanted it all to end. I couldn't bear it anymore. If living meant being that, better to be just another body.
I'm sorry.
Do you remember that night on the balcony? When we looked up at the moon? I said a prayer to Metia, and that prayer was answered. You came back to me. The heavens must have a plan for us. We should get some rest.
Right.
Nice scene.
Good night, Clive. Sleep well.
Look, I wouldn't sleep under the broken part of the roof, though.
Thank you, Lady Hannah. Perhaps now people will not flee at the sight of me.
You look just like Elwyn did when he was your age.
New threads.
How did you come to have some of my father's old clothes?
Ah, Rosarian red.
Oh, before
Looking
Elwyn
fucking
became
dapper as
Archduke,
shit, dude. You look like a
our
fucking
families would often summon
vampire
together.
hunter.
He and Rodney were like brothers. These clothes have been in a wardrobe for years.
These are my
collecting
father's
cobwebs,
clothes.
along with everything else.
Well, I'm
Plunging
very grateful for
neckline.
them, and sorry for depriving you of your memories.
Not at all. It's what your father would have wanted.
Absolutely dripped out, dude.
They suit you well. Thank you, Lady Hannah.
Yes, thank you.
He's gone full devil trigger.
You've been most kind.
No, I should thank you. It may only have been for a short while. But seeing you again took me back to happier times. Fare you well, my lord and lady.
And you, Lady Hannah.
Ooh, got a new sword as well. You can now change the outward appearance of Clive and his allies. Access the hideaways of Reedstone to find out this new feature. I had no idea you could
If
do
we
that.
follow the road to the north,
You got other
you should
clothes
take
as
us all
well,
the way to
Jill?
Phoenix Gate.
You're blue and I'm red.
Let's go.
Fire and ice. Fire and ice, looking nice. A quick one to around
At all.
town.
We'll make a master baker of you yet.
Lay to me during the baking stream. You got yourself a goblin coin there, boy. You be careful. The goblins will come and get it. That fucking the beginning of Troll 2. That's right. Goblins. Don't you mean trolls? Nope. They're goblins. Then why is the movie called Troll 2? Shut up. Shut the fuck up. We're going to Nilbog. That's goblin backwards, but it also still doesn't make sense. Why is it called Troll 2?
Well, aren't you dressed up smart? Especially for a bearer.
Alright, well, ruined
Proper
it.
little prince you look.
Ruined the compliment. A Twitch chat. A Twitch chat, you know? Alright, Brad. Hey, you look good today. Normally you look like a fucking stinking pile of shit. Well, thanks very much. Well, no need to be rude to me. I was just paying you a compliment. It's called Troll 2 for marketing purposes. Insane shit is what that is, Keeper. And that's all it is. Insane person shit. Looks like a fucking vampire hunter though, doesn't he, in this getup? You'd think that this game was a vampire hunting game. Who likes vampires? Did you put a vampire in Cura?
Harvest stone again this year.
Didn't think about that, did you? Ah, I didn't think about having a highly intelligent undead in that setting and what that entails, did you? Huh? Well, maybe I did. Maybe I thought about it.
If you're buying, I'm selling.
Oh my god, a troll living under a bridge. If you're buying, I'm selling. What's this? I don't know. Orchestration. 40 grand? The orchestrations in this game cost so much. It's insane.
There you are. Here you go.
Insane. I look in the making of documentary. Oh, that's probably quite good, yeah. I believe that. What's your favorite icon summon in FF General? Valor 4.
You? Those are Elwyn's.
I don't know. I think I have one, but I can't remember what it is now.
You're his firstborn. Clive Rosfield.
Do I know?
You're mistaken.
Oh, you can't fool me, my lord. You're the very image of your father. And that would be true even if you weren't wearing his clothes. The self-same garments Hannah was keeping for you, if I'm not mistaken. She always swore that she would never part with them until the day Elwyn's sons returned. And now that
Anima. How could you pick any other? Obviously, it's Anima.
has come. Why, you'll be able to take your bearers back as well.
My bearers?
Anima's the only one that has, like, a legit story. The most interesting, by far.
Forgive me, Master Mayor. I was a child when last I came to Eastpool. I didn't recognize you.
Oh, I'd be surprised if you recognized anything at all. Much has changed since Rosaria fell to the
I'm going to
Empire.
get a full back tattoo of Anima.
Not least for the bearers.
And the little
who
underside
once
one's going to be
served
going
her
down into a
noble
butt crack.
families. When the Ironbloods sacked Rosalith 13 years back, many who lost their masters fled here in search of
All of the ones
sanctuary.
in 10 are brilliant, aren't they? Really
never
good.
return.
Yo, Jimbo.
Aye. The plan was to send them home once we'd won back the capital. But then the Imperials arrived. Rosaria became a province of Sanbrec. The duchy was dissolved, and they no longer had any home to return to. Back in your father's day, any bearer who lost their master became a ward of the duchy. We'd hand them over to the sheriffs, and they'd be assigned a new position. But when we saw how the Empire treated their branded, we knew that wasn't an option.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been here ever since.
And now you want to give them to me?
They're yours by right, Lord Rosfield. Bequeathed you by your late father. And they'd be better off serving you than hiding here. Indeed, many of them used to serve your house, and still considered the Rosfields their masters.
I'm no one's master. Not anymore. They wouldn't be safe with me.
I understand. You'll forgive an old man his fanciful notions. Been daydreaming for too long. But still, I would ask a favor of you. A small mercy.
If it is within my power.
One of the bearers is an elderly fellow who still swears absolute loyalty to
Brothers,
Archduke
that's a good
Elwyn.
shout.
I don't ask that you take him into your service, only that you meet with him. Let him see that Elwyn's son still lives, and that he's as fine a man as his father ever was.
It would be my honor.
Thank you, my lord. He sits by the well most days, watching the people go about their business. If you could show him your face, I would be most grateful.
Is Ratch in here? Ratch Rosefair!
As fine a man as my father.
You're not so very different, you know. Especially dressed like that. Come on, let's go and meet that bearer.
Ratch plays in Oracle's Rest. Whack plays one of the brothers. Peachy played the other one. But Ratch Rosefair plays a cleric, sort of samurai, spore cleric or whatever it's called. Oh, I gotta go this way. I'm an idiot. Who in my head looks like Yojimbo from Ratch Steven. He looks like Yojimbo from Final Fantasy X. Yojimbo looks like this, by the way. Yojimbo. Yo, Jimbo. Kind of a mad looking motherfucker. I just put in mushroom Yojimbo into... He's like a mushroom spore thing. I just put it into Mid-Journey. And it's just banged out this. And I'm updating Ratch's artwork whether he wants it or not.
He's not here.
Well, I can't leave without meeting him. I've let the mayor down once already. It would be cruel to disappoint him again.
Right, let's ask around. Someone must have seen him.
Someone must have seen him. Have you seen him? The mayor.
Well now, unfamiliar faces. What brings you to Eastpool, travellers?
The mayor.
We're looking for an elderly bearer. You wouldn't happen to have seen him, would you?
The mayor.
Ah, you mean the old boy who always waits by the well?
The mayor.
Yes, that's him.
What,
The worst bit in the remake, to
what
be fair.
business do you have with him? If you
Randomly
don't mind me
walking
asking.
up to people.
You're not from the capital too, are you?
Cloud just
We
walking up
are,
to people with no ability
in a
to
way.
understand simple
Well,
social
then it's a
cues.
pleasure to meet a
The
fellow
mayor.
Rosalifian. I was born and raised down Market Street. And never would have left if Archduke Elwyn had survived the fire. It wasn't the same when the Duchess took over, though. All the beatings, the evictions, the levies going up and up and up, even as the blight took half the harvest. Oh, listen to me, telling you what you already know.
I do already
I'm
know
sorry.
it. So shut your fucking...
And I'm afraid I can't help you with your bearer either, though I doubt he'll have gone far. He comes here every day, almost as if he's waiting for something.
We'll keep asking around then. Thank you.
I love that Jill's doing it and not fucking big, weird vampire hunting looking Clive.
Good day, milady. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a bearer.
In a trance.
An elderly fellow
Being
who used
possessed.
to serve the Rosfields. Have you seen him?
Ah, that old loon. No sign of him today. Funny, he's usually down by the well at this hour, cooking up his fantasy feasts.
I'm sorry?
Oh, he worked in the kitchens at Rosalith Castle back in the day. Still thinks he's there now. You'd often hear the poor fool chatting away to the Archduke. Living in a dream he is. But better there than here, I suppose. Can't imagine the Viceroy stopping to trade tales with a bearer. Can you?
No.
Anyway, you'll be round here somewhere. Doubt he has the puff to stray too far.
Cool, mate. How much for a bit of puff?
Remember puff? What do they call it now?
Hey, hold on a mo. Young Patrick, the chocobo keeper, might know where he is.
Young
He's
Patrick.
taken the old bird under his wing, so to speak. He'll be in the stables. You should go and have a word with him.
Patrick the Chocobo Keeper. Thank you. We will.
I'm sorry.
What the fuck is this, Noodle? I want to do this.
Making you do all this in my stead.
It can't be helped if we're to keep up the pretense.
I don't really know the names of them,
Come on,
though.
let's
What do you
head
have
for
to
the
do?
stables.
Let me do this, and then I'm going to do this. What is it, a Final Fantasy song quiz? I'll do it. We'll see how well I do.
Where the bloody hell's he
Excuse me, but is something the matter?
It's this bearer I've been minding. I take my eyes off him for 1 minute and he disappears. He's not in his usual spot by the well, nor anywhere else in the village.
You must be Patrick.
I am, but...
And this bearer you're looking for, he's an elderly man who used to work in the Rosalith Castle kitchens, yes?
That's the fella. How do you know all this? I've never seen you in Eastpool before, but you seem to know the place better than I do myself.
Oh, it puts two side by side and you choose your favourite. Okay. Which FF is this from quiz is great, yeah. You'd know if it's a video. You have to blind, right? Do it
So
blind.
that's how it is. Well then, if you're acting under orders of the mayor, you're on about to help me find him. He's been losing what little
I'll probably
sense
be
he
able to
had
get all
left
the
of
main
late,
ones, like
saying
the battle
sheriffs are coming
themes
to
and
collect
stuff,
him,
but
and that he needs to go
I
back
won't get
to the
anything
castle.
from 14.
I was supposed to watch over him, keep him out of trouble. But if he's walked
The
out
problem
on
for me
us,
is anything
there's
from
not a lot
8's
I
going to
can
win
do.
every time.
Understood. You keep searching here. We'll look for him outside.
Thank you. I'm in your debt.
I'm
in your debt.
Into trouble. Let's just concentrate on finding him.
I'm
Still no
running
sign.
forward, but
Could he
I
have
want to
strayed
run
further?
faster, and so he runs into a sprint after a few seconds is the best thing in this game for my impatience. Cosmo Canyon is a good shout as well, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see how I vote. I'll do it in a minute. I'll do this last quest. I'm guessing I'm going to have to fight something here.
Look, there's someone,
There's someone over there.
It might be him.
We should hurry. What's he going to do? Jump off? Uh-oh. That'll be...
Company.
Of course.
We can't lead them to the old man. They need to die.
Agreed.
Garuda, lend me your strength!
Yeah, what's this?
You know what to do, boy. Over here. Get him, boy!
Easy peasy. Come on. Not like this. You can't do this to me.
Give them all you've got, boy!
Back up, Torgal.
Oh. Pissed all over him. I thought there was going to be like a third thing. A big thing, at least. Hello there. It's me, Clyde Roosevelt.
Are you all right, my friend? Come on.
Oh, you just grow a beard over it.
Your Grace, you came for me.
Oh, he
I
thinks I'm
waited
my
for
dad.
you so long. You finally came.
I'm not who you think.
Jill's like, just
Clive.
go with it. Yeah, she's like elbowing him. Just go with it.
Yes. Pray forgive my long delay.
It's nothing, Your Grace. I prayed to the Founder that you would come, and at long last, he answered. Will we be returning to the castle then? There is still a place for me in the kitchens?
No, my friend. We will not be returning to the castle, not yet. I'm on a very important expedition, one which may take some time. Could you
Bannerlord 2
wait for me
NPC.
in Eastpool until my journey is complete? I will come back for you then.
So smoldery his
I
voice.
promise.
In the direction
Of
notes
course,
for
Your
every
Grace.
single
For
page,
you, I would
it just says
gladly wait
smouldering
until my
for my
dying
voice.
day.
Ben Star every day. Any other direction? No. Just smolder. Hi, Rage Owen. Welcome to the live stream.
Thank you, both of you. You've been most kind. The memory of serving the late Archduke was as one light in the darkness, and now that light burns a little more brightly. It's nothing but a fantasy, of course, but it's better than the truth of the matter. A damn sight better.
This is technically the newest FF, but Final Fantasy VII
The blight
releases next
is on
week.
our doorstep. Our harvests are failing. The people are leaving in droves. If it weren't for Lady Hannah selling half her worldly goods to provide for the few of us
This
who
came
stayed
out last
behind, we would long since have starved. We want to keep the bearers safe here, we really do. But unless a miracle happens, we won't be able to spare a crust of bread to share between them soon enough.
Is it really that bad?
So bad, I even petitioned the Imperial garrison to take them. But when they found out where they'd come from, they damn near spat in our faces. Ducal dogs, they called them. Enemies of the Empire.
I know a man named Sid who would gladly give a home to any bearer in need of one. Leave this with me. As soon as I return from Phoenix Gate, I'll speak with him.
Famous
Thank
words.
you, my
Famous
lord.
last words. You said that before.
Will you be passing through Eastpool on your way back? I should very much like to speak with you again, if you have the time, regarding the future of the village, and what might be done for Lady Hannah. After all she's done for us.
Yes, of course. I'll be back anon.
Fare you well, my lord, my lady. I wish you a safe journey.
Came up with a more heavily armored version. That looks cool as shit. Got so much character to it. I feel like he needs a samurai sword. Make for Phoenix Gate. Alright. I will. On the next stream. Do I have enough for this now? I do. No, I don't. Can't count. Save the game. Overwrite it. Don't make multiples. That's disgusting. Turn off PS5. Put the controller on charge. Do this. Flip that. And then open this. And it doesn't work. Is it broken? The whole thing has crashed. The whole stream has crashed. Has the whole stream crashed? Hello? 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 Am I here? Is this now? Noodle just downloaded a fucking like 2004 virus into my computer. Alright, well that worked really well. Noodle, glad we did that. What's the deal with that? Why doesn't it work? I guess we'll try it another day. Maybe the site's down. Maybe the site's down, huh? I don't. Alright, well. We'll try and do it on Wednesday. We'll try and do it on Wednesday. Alright, so reminder. No stream tomorrow, but Cura on Table Story. Wednesday we'll have chicken and fish and a rice cake. Wednesday, more Final Fantasy 16. Thursday, Dying Light 2. Okay? See you then. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Goodbye.